All right, welcome to This Week Inside the New York Knicks, episode 4. As you can see, I got the right episode on the overlay this time, man. Yeah, you now rocking with the most poppin' Knicks YouTube channel on the net. And listen, yo, I'm sorry I missed last week. Dog days of summer, you chilling for the beginning of summer. I shouldn't say the dog days yet, but you chilling with the family. You have travel, you want to do things, so that's why I couldn't come last week. But I'm here this week, and yes, we have a lot to talk about. So salute to everybody that just joined the chat. This is This Week Inside the New York Knicks. If you're new to the pod, right? Typically, when I pre-record the pod, it's a 50-minute show. I always say you give me, we cover the Knicks 365. You give me 50 minutes, I give you the Knicks, right? And so, but recently we've been doing the pod live, so we've been going over a little over time. So I'm going to throw a wide variety of topics, that definitely were interesting or popped off during the week. As you can see, we're going to be covering June 14th to the 23rd, right? We'll talk about the upcoming draft, right? There's a lot of mock drafts, a lot of players that was potentially linked to the Knicks in terms of guys they may be interested in drafting. We'll talk about, well, not really about Coach Tibbs' extension. I guess we'll give a little follow-up on that because we covered that on the last pod. But definitely trade rumors, a lot of trade rumors. Of course, the flagship topic, which is Paul George. Will he be traded to the Knicks, right? We'll get to the bottom of that. That'll be our flagship topic. So if you click the thumbnail or click the link from wherever you came from, that's what we'll be talking about a little bit later. We'll also get into word on the street and a lot more. So, definitely welcome to you if you're in the building. And yeah, we got an action-packed show. So before we get started, as you can see, I got a QR code on the bottom left corner of the screen or right corner of the screen. For me, I think it's the right corner. For you, it's the left. It's a free Nick hat giveaway. All you got to do is scan that barcode, join my Discord server, and you'll get all the details for that. We'll be giving away free Knicks hats. Also, the cool thing about the Discord server is we have a lot of great conversations. Matter of fact, salute to you if you are active in the community section of this channel. It's very active. I do polls Monday through Friday. I got a poll talking about the flagship topic this morning. It got a lot of a lot of commentary thus far. We'll get into that. But definitely, you can always check out the community section, but also join the Discord so we can expand on those conversations. So salute to you in the building. Let me change my chat so I can make sure I can see everybody who chats. So feel free to chime in when you want to. And then without further ado, in this podcast, we like to jump into research mode. So I'm going to jump into research mode early. First off, we didn't get to do a show last week. I do want to give a respectful mention to the logo, RIP Jerry West. He definitely was a legend. He's the reason why we have the logo the way it is. And I do want to say this because at first I was one of the guys that wanted to change the logo because, of course, I don't go back that far, back to the 70s and the 60s to see Jerry West in his prime doing what he was doing. But looking back at the history of things and understanding the importance of legacy and the moments and why he was the only player to win the finals MVP, not being on a winning team, right? So because of all that history and the fact that he passed away, I now understand why the NBA has always been reluctant in changing the logo. So I just want to give a quick little RIP to Jerry West, and then we're going to move forward with the pod. Okay, so I do want to talk about this whole luxury tax thing because a lot of people on these forums and in these chats, they're talking about moves that the Knicks should make, but they're not really cognizant that there is a salary cap, right? Or there's certain things that we can't do, right? Or overestimating the things that we can do. So one of the things that I want to say is I uncovered this on the channel on past pods and I even did a video on it, right? Mitchell Robinson, a lot of people are saying to trade Mitch so we can free up space for Isaiah Hartenstein. Isaiah Hartenstein and OG Anunoby, they have bird rights. Now, Hartenstein doesn't have full bird rights, so that's why this whole debacle, and I might get into that a little bit later as to OKC coming into the game. But those two players and Bojan are the only players that they can go over the luxury tax, over the salary cap to sign. right? Despite luxury tax as well. The only one that has the limitations, like I said, is Isaiah Hartenstein, right? So first of all, salute to Leon Rose and Leon Rose we trust. This definitely will be probably the most pivotal offseason, even though technically you could say Jalen Brunson offseason was the most pivotal, but I think this offseason will be the make them or break them offseason, meaning that is either we're going to make a move that's going to take us to the next level or we're just going to fall back. And I believe that this guy right here that I have on the screen, Leon Rose, is more than capable of getting the job done, right? So, and by the way, I got this Post article. Salute to the Post, Stefan Bondi. We read the news, like I say, actively. But he talked about some interesting things that I just want to highlight, right? Leon Rose definitely did a good job in the last 4 years. And the key thing that you guys have to understand is that the Knicks are not over the luxury tax. It's been a minute since we had a team that was competitive, right, for this long. I mean, consistency, right, going to the second round 2 years in a row, right? Of course, we would have loved for it to be the conference finals, but to get that level of production, you have to go back to the early 2000s, right? Now, one of the key things about the early 2000s is when we were doing these multiple finals runs, conference finals runs, right? We definitely were in the luxury tax. And of course, the cap then is different from the way it is structured now. But you got to give Leon Rose the credit for not being in the luxury tax at all in his first 4 years and managing to get 2 All-NBA All-Stars at a discount. So Leon Rose is the man. That's why it's in Leon Rose we trust, right? So it says, in fact, the Knicks had the league's lowest payroll in his first season back in 2021, right? And a lot of that was his moves, even though prior to him getting the deal, we do understand that Scott Perry and Steve Mills signed a lot of one-year contracts with Marcus Morris, Bobby Portis, and I think Randle had a 3-year deal. So there was a lot of short-term deals that ushered in the Leon Rose era, but at the same time, he was able to create a competitive team and bringing in Coach Tibbs and doing it while being under the cap. Forget just luxury tax. We're talking about under the cap. So under Rose, who benefited from the cap flexibility, right? Also, Tom Thibodeau definitely had a role. So salute to Tom Thibodeau. Salute to Leon Rose for bringing in Coach Thibodeau, right? So, but now they're at a bridge. And like I said, I feel like this offseason is a make 'em or break 'em offseason, right? If the Knicks need to run it back, they'll be in the luxury tax category. Because as we talked about on the previous couple of pods, we said that the salary cap, even though it's gone up $6 million from 135 to 141, the Knicks, however, especially if they bring back Bojan, which is expected to be, I think the deadline will probably be Monday. I think that's when Monday of next week, I think that's when all these deals will become official. So once they sign Bojan, and of course OG Anunoby, when he gets his deal, we will be well over the salary cap. Right, so just running it back. That's not even signing no one and not even doing trades, right? So let's see. That's really it. If you want to read more, you can check this article out. But definitely, we will be in the luxury tax or near the luxury. No, we will be in the luxury tax after we sign OG Anunoby. So what I do want to ask a question: are y'all willing to go over the cap? Right? Feel free to chime in. Are you guys willing to go over the cap just to bring this team back, right? And I think that might even be a poll. That might be tomorrow's poll. I'll see. I got it right now because the finals are over. We're going into the draft. There's a lot of topics. I might have to extend polls to every day, but right now it's Monday through Friday. So that might be a poll. Let me know what you think about that. I'm going to move on to the next article. Since we're in off-season mode, we're going to do some feel-good stuff too. Now check this out. I thought this was interesting because I got into a conversation with my barber who is he's not a supporter. Let me just say, I'm not going to say he's a Knicks hater or a New York hater. He just is not a fan of no New York teams. I don't know why. It doesn't make no sense. You live in New York. Yes, he's from Jamaica. So, America is not his home turf in terms of his birth country. But New York is the place he's lived in since he's been in America. You would think he would like New York teams. No, he can't stand New York teams. And honestly, me and him, I wouldn't say we got into a debate, but it was a really interesting conversation about why New York doesn't win championships. And I'm like, that is true. The Knicks, I mean, not just the Knicks, but New York recently haven't been winning championships. But until I read this article here, because, we don't like Boston over here. So I had to see what they were talking about. Boston, the most winningest regions in sports, right? That's what caught my eye. Of course, they got this guy Tatum at the top. So they say Boston's been title town, right? They got the Celtics, the Red Sox, the Patriots. They all, were putting in that work. But who really is the king? Now check this out. Which region really, or which city or which area really is the number one region when it comes to titles? And then I checked, when I read the article, I see New York, New Jersey at 57. And I'm like, wait a minute. New York and New Jersey is the number one championships in the history of championships of all organizations. So, so as Knicks fans, we look at the fact that we haven't won since 1970, and we look at that and we think, oh, well, we haven't been having success, right? Especially if you don't watch some of the other sports. Like, let's say if you're just a basketball and football fan, you'd be like, oh, man, we stink. We don't win nothing, right? And then you add baseball to the fold. Okay, yeah, the Yankees is the most winningest organization in sports. I think half of these 57 championships just come from them. I think they have 20-something titles. I can't remember the exact amount. But at the same time, when you talk about championships, New York and New Jersey, they got New Jersey there. I mean, I don't think the Devils have won that many championships. But even if it's just New York by itself, I believe that we dominate the landscape of championships, followed by Boston with 40, and then Los Angeles only with 34. So clap it up for New York being the number one region when it comes to sports. And then also when I looked at the most recent champions, because so you already know the big three. You're talking about football, basketball, and then you throw baseball in there, right? So when you look at the big three sports, we haven't won a championship in a minute, right? The last championship we had was 2011 from the Giants. Salute to the Giants for holding it down. And I honestly remember that season because the Giants wasn't even the favorite to win. But anyway, I digress. But look at this, the soccer team, and someone in the community section, salute to whoever that was in the community section that said, what about the soccer team, right? Which is the New York City FC. And I'm like, I don't really know much about soccer like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love all sports and I'll watch it, but it's not something that I independently will put on. So, but they held it down for us. They won in 2021. So maybe that team, I'm not sure. I don't even know when they play. But maybe that soccer team possibly could win another champ. Maybe we could add them to the fold. Because right now, we have the big four, I like to call it, is the Knicks. And it's in no order. The Knicks, the Yankees, right? The Liberty, and the Bills. Those are the four teams, and I hate the Bills. Oh, my God, I can't stand them. But New York teams, those are the best four right now. Maybe the soccer team belongs there, too. I don't know, but let's add them to the fold. So those five teams right there have the opportunity to winning the championship. Of course, I did the poll on that. Maybe we'll cover it in Word on the Street. But I just wanted to, kick some dirt on Boston name, even though this article is praising Boston. But still, Boston, even though they have 40, they're still behind us because we have 57. So salute to New York City. New York City, stand up. I don't know how many championships the New Jersey team have, but I don't even think we need New Jersey in there, to be honest, because the Nets ain't win nothing. So let's move forward, right? And like I said, of course, the Nets will always be the New Jersey Nets to me. So we're going to move forward, all right? We're looking on time. We're looking good on time. I'm not logged into ESPN Plus on this browser, so I'm going to move forward. Julius Randle, right? So Julius Randle, he was on the podcast, what's it called? 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. Salute to Carmelo Anthony and Merrill. They do a good job. I actually watched half of the episode. I didn't get a chance to watch the full episode. But they were talking about a lot of various topics, right? Some things I'm going to quote here, but it was a good pod. If you're interested in podcasts and following up with the Knicks, definitely check it out. I think it's worth the watch. He said a couple of things I want to highlight. So Julius Randle said, I feel selfish like I'm letting my guys down. You know what I mean? And this is, he was talking about in terms of his shoulder injury, not being able to play. Then it came to a point where where it's like, man, I don't even want to be around because like I'm trying to work, come back, but I feel like a distraction. You know what I mean? So it's like I feel like an outcast. I'm like, bro, let me just stay away. They're doing great. Like let me just, you know what I mean, and be around the support when I can. So it's just like I had to get out of my own way and my own ego and be like, all right, bro, once I made this decision, like, you know what I mean? Deal with it and keep moving and supporting the squad. So you know what? Salute to Julius Randle for the vulnerability. I appreciate that. Some people was like kind of concerned about Randle in the beginning because he wasn't on the bench, right? For a long period. Of course, right after you get hurt, you get surgery. That we're not really talking about that. We're talking about even when he was trying to make the comeback, there was a lot of games he wasn't at. And I think this answers the question. It's more so not that he is like jealous or envious, because a lot of people were saying that, oh, you know, Julius Randle probably hating right now. But the reason why I always knew it wasn't hate is because what a lot of people forget, even on the pod, people forgot how they were 15-1 with the big three, the new big three, which would be Randle, Brunson, and OG. So I always said that the team will be better with Randle. I don't really care about the success you think they were going to have because whatever. I honestly believe that with Randle, we would have gave Boston a hell of a series. I can't say we would have beat Boston, but I do believe that we would have gave Boston a hell of a series. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about this Randle quote I just read? You know, he said he felt like he was letting the guys down. And it wasn't the fact that he was jealous of the team, like the team is better without him. It was more so him not being there really bothered him. So let me know what you guys think about that. He also said, and also I have a report here, of course. This is what this article is. We'll get into that. Julius Randle, he also said that he's ahead of his schedule and he'll be available for the start of next season, which is salute to Randle for that. Now, the problem here is Randle loves that off-season workout. And hopefully he has an opportunity to get that workout in, right? Hopefully, you know, it's something that doesn't hinder that. Maybe he get a month, because what you don't want is him going to training camp out of shape, because that's what happened last season. And if you don't, I'm not sure if you guys remember, he had a slow start. So that's my only concern. But he said he's ahead of schedule, so maybe that'll give him a month or two to come back prior to this training camp to get some workouts in. But he was kind of elusive when in terms of an exact timetable, and rightfully so. You're coming off surgery. It's the first time dealing with an injury like this. A lot of not everything is as cut and dry as, oh, you have this procedure, you come back at this time, you know. But him being ahead of schedule, to me, is a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Let's see. Let's move forward. Breaking down the 4 key issues. I might skip this article because we talked about this a lot. You know, Hartenstein, OG, of course. Let's see. Extending Coach Thibodeau. Now, this is an issue that we addressed, we talked about. I think that if there's an issue this offseason, the 2 issues would be getting this guy right here, OG Anunoby. For sure, he's the priority because you traded Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett to get him. And so when you traded for him, you knew that you were going to have to sign him. So you got to get that deal done. But this right here is, to me, the second priority, which would be to, 1, extend Leon Rose, too, because I think Leon Rose's contract is also expiring. But definitely Tom Thibodeau. Salute to Von Allen in the building. Welcome to the pod, man. Just running down a bevy of topics right now. Right now, we're talking about the 4 crucial things that the Knicks must do this offseason from the Post. And extending Tom Thibodeau, I think that is probably the second most important thing behind OG Anunoby. As far as this Randle Brunson re-signing, I already told you that Brunson's not going to re-sign this offseason. But Randle is interesting because I think right now Randle can get. Let me see if they say. Yeah, he can get 4-year 190, which is more than Brunson. So, oh, by the way, salute to Danny Gore for joining the Discord server. I definitely take the time, y'all. The barcode to the left or right of me, that bottom right corner, you could go there, scan it, join the Discord server. I will be doing a free Knicks hat giveaway, right? All the details are in the server. Of course, the server is not just for Knicks hat giveaways, also a community. We have good conversations there. We have a 24/7 chat for Knicks talk. We have a 24/7 chat for NBA. I'm probably going to open it up for NFL too, and maybe even WNBA, depending on if that's what the community likes. But right now, that's what we're talking about in the Discord server. A lot of great conversations. We expand on the polls and things of that nature. So definitely take the time, click that link. So, but salute to Vaughn for checking me out. And salute to the new Discord members. That's what I do. When you guys sign up, I'll just give you guys a shout out because I get the notifications to my watch and my phone. So salute to Danny. All right, so back to the this thing right here. Why Randle is more interesting. I think Randle possibly could sign that 190, but he may also delay it because I think that number could go up if he gets another All-NBA, right? I think it's kind of like the same thing, the Brunson effect, where you get the 2 All-NBAs. So I don't know if Randle is going to sign it. But if I'm the Knicks, I might, especially if I don't want to trade Randle, I might consider giving him the 4-year 190. But I wouldn't be surprised if both of them don't re-sign that extension. Bogdanovic, I hinted towards this. June 28th, that's the deadline for Bojan to get that $19 million extension. Of course, they're going to give it to him because right now, as we speak, it appears that Bojan is trade bait. Do I anticipate a trade this evening? Vaughn, I haven't really been able to keep up with any new news this morning because I was setting up the pod. I could take a quick glance to my feeder to see if I see anything, but honestly, no, I don't. I think that if there's going to be a move, I think it'd probably be during draft time. Right now, it's just a lot of rumors. That all it is rumors, even the flagship topic, which we'll get to, which will be discussing Paul George. Oh man, we got the MVP in the building. We got coach in the building. Salute the coach in the building. I think that no, I don't expect trades until the draft. But however, a trade could happen, and I'm waiting for flagship to get to that. If it depends on what Paul George does. If Paul George does what I think he might do, then I don't think he could do it tonight. I think everything becomes official on Monday. Next Monday. So I don't even think that is going to happen. So because nothing is official really, and we don't really have any other trade targets that require like sort of like what the OKC did. I feel like OKC did that because they knew that there was a market for Caruso. So more of a market for Caruso than Giddey. Because remember, Giddey, you're going to have to sign him, right? He's coming up on a contract year. Right? So that would be my answer to that question. As far as, all right, so we covered this Julius Randle. Let me see if I want to jump. See if I want to jump. Since you're right here, let's jump into the draft stuff. Let me see. So I reorganized my windows. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, boom. Let's see. No, this is rumors. Hold on. Mock draft. Rumors. Yeah, okay, I think this is it here. Pow. All right. So I can't get into my mock draft. That's fine. Because I'm not logged into to Disney, but we could talk about some other stuff. So based on, hold on, I might have another mock draft somewhere though. I think I have I'm gonna Google a mock draft. All of my websites are behind paywalls. It's kind of good, but it's also kind of bad if you're not signed in on all your browsers. I gotta update this browser to get all my stuff. So hold on, I'm gonna pull up a recent mock draft so we can see where they at. The last mock draft I saw, They had Zach Edey going to, I think this was ESPN. They had Zach Edey going 15. So all of that Zach Edey coming to the Knicks, I don't think it's coming. I don't think it's happening. Don't think it's happening. Let me see. Yeah, do I want the Ringers? All right, yeah, let's rock out with the Ringers. All right, so cool. This is the Ringers draft. Now, this is the first time, even on ESPN, Alex Sarr has fell to the second pick. Because they're saying the Hawks, they want more of a wing type of guy or a forward type of guy. I don't understand it. According to reports, Alex Sarr is the best player available. So I don't know. Let's see. No, to coach, OG is going to decline that. He's going to decline that because that's the option, the $19 million option. He definitely declined. As far as Ron, there's only one team. Let me see if I can pull it up right quick. Because I want to show you guys the money. Let's talk about the money first. Let me see. See if I can find that article. All right, off the top of the head, there's only one team with the space to sign OG for the contract he wants. The other teams with money, Detroit, I don't see Detroit doing it. Besides, also, I don't see OG wanting to go to a team that's not good. So I think OG wants to go to a contending team. The only team that has the money to really challenge the Knicks is Philadelphia. But right now, Philly, they're trying to get Paul George, and they might be the favorites to get Paul George. You know, just to hint a little bit what we're going to talk about in flagship. But outside of Philly, you have OKC. They're not going to do it. They don't have enough to match what the Knicks can offer. Like I said, Detroit. And there's another team with I think Utah has $31 million, but that $31 million is not going to be enough. So more than likely, OG's coming to the Knicks, unless, and I give you a little free one that I was going to talk about later, Paul George opts into his contract, and now the Knicks trade for Paul George. Then Philly can come in and try to get OG. But no, I think OG's favorite. The whole Paul George thing, I'm gonna get to the bottom. Trust me, I'm gonna break it down in complete detail. I think OG's coming back to the Knicks, based off of just how the market is laid out. It only makes sense. So I'm gonna scroll down a little bit, right? I have here Tyler Thompson from Hofstra. These are guys that they worked out. David Jones from Memphis, Spencer Jones from Stanford, Ijah Mitchell from Santa Barbara, and Antonio Reeves. So I'm looking to see if I see any of these guys. This kid right here could play. Rob Dillingham, for sure. Oh, right. See, look. All right, so look, guys. Zach Edey, who was on the last pod, which was 2 weeks ago, they had him falling to us at 24. Fast forward a week later, I mean, this thing has been going crazy, these mock drafts, right? And this is kind of similar to ESPN's. So I'm glad I pulled this one up. It's not ESPN, but it's similar. So ESPN had Edey going 15 to Miami, right? But now they kind of shifted to OKC. Now check this out, guys. Zach Edey going to OKC, I think would be a good thing because maybe they say, hey, they got their center. Why trade for Hartenstein? Or they could be like, you know what? We just want to go big. Because I think whoever's drafts Zach Edey, you're going to have to play him. So let's see what Coach is talking about. You think that's clickbait? Oh, Coach, what's clickbait? The trade for PG or the trade for Paul George? I mean, the trade for PG or OG not being thrilled with the offer. Which one do you think is clickbait? Let's see. Let's scroll down. Okay, so this is the kid we want, right? On the pod, we talked about this kid, Khalil Ware. Once again, they got him at 17. So we would have to trade up to get this kid. According to, I think, Coach and a couple of other guys, they said that they would love to trade up to get this kid. Right? Okay, cool. Jared McCain from Duke. He's a good shooter. He's a good shooter. All right. Now, this is a kid that I looked into him a little bit more. He is definitely a Knicks style big man. He's a rim protector, right? He's someone that if you trade Mitchell Robinson, I'm not saying he's going to be as good as Mitch, but he's a Mitchell Robinson type of player. And it's good to have a guy like this on the bench. So if you trade Mitch, you draft this kid, maybe you don't bring back. No, Jericho Sims had the $2 million option. So I think more than likely Jericho Sims will be back. If you lose Precious, this kid right here might could get some time. This kid right here, I did a little research on him. He is a Mitchell Robinson type of guy. Definitely a live threat. Now, have you seen any of these guys? I haven't seen these guys. David Jones and all. I keep seeing this kid Ryan Dunn. I think that we're going to actually draft it. If we keep the picks, I think we're going to get this kid Ryan Dunn because he's on every mock draft. But he's not one of the guys they worked out. I don't see none of the guys they worked out. That's what I'm looking for. Antonio Reeves, Tyler Thompson. Who are these guys? I don't know who these guys are. Maybe these are potential second-round picks because I don't even see these guys in the top. Oh, well, there's Tyler. No, that was Tyler Thomas. This is Tyler Smith. I don't know. But they got my man from Duke sliding to the second round. Going to Toronto. Listen. You know what? Let me give you my 5 guys I want to see the Knicks draft. Tell me who your guys want to see, who you want to see the Knicks draft. Where's my notes on the draft? Where's my notes on the draft? I got my 5 guys I want to see the Knicks draft. Where's my notes at? Okay, I got it right here. Well, I wanted Zach Edey last if he fell to us, but I don't care now. Khalil Ware is the number 1 guy I want right now. I'm willing to trade up for him. Kyle Flipkowski, definitely. Definitely, I feel like he's a guy that we can use. He's 6'10". He's someone that can shoot the 3 ball. He can post up on mismatches. He could post smaller guys up, right? Not a bad defender. I just wouldn't say he can guard on the perimeter. No, he's not a good perimeter defender. Sometimes he struggles against bigger guys. But in the NBA, you don't have big guys playing in the paint. That's why I think he'll be perfect at the 4 spot. And he, like I said, he can stretch the floor. He could pick and pop and pick and roll. Not the greatest athlete, but not a bad athlete either. Definitely good mobility for a big man. So I would go after him. And the Yves Missy kid that we talked about, he's also on my list. This kid right here. And my last pick, I don't even see where my last pick is. But yeah, those guys are the guys I want. Who you guys want? Let's see what coach is talking about. Knicks had a private workout with Dunn. Yeah. I think on every mock draft, I'm not exaggerating. Okay, not every. Maybe I'm going to say on 95% of mock drafts, I probably looked over 20 different mock drafts at different time periods and different publications. 95% of the time, Ryan Dunn is there. Definitely there. Okay, so let's look at this brief profile on Dunn. And we talked about him before. His unproven shooting ability is a concern. He's a cutter and a screener for Brunson. He's setting screens at 6'3", okay. With spacing by a healthy Randle. Small ball. I don't think we need him. We don't need another small. Now, unless you feel like he can become like Deuce McBride if you trade Deuce and you want to draft him, I guess. I don't know. Because I don't think that the Knicks will move off both picks. That's another thing, too. I don't think the Knicks are going to move off both picks. I feel like if we do make a trade, it'll be for 1 pick. Or if we do trade both picks, more than likely, it'll be to move up or get a good pick from a bad team in a future draft. But I don't see them moving both picks just for the sake of moving both picks. I think they're going to keep one of these picks, probably the 24 pick, and then get this kid done. Because now it looks like this kid is moving up. Yves Missy is moving up. Look, let me tell you right now, This kid right here is way better than Ryan Dunn. I go get McCain. That's just me. But he's going higher, so McCain might not be there. But if I had McCain and Dunn, I'm going with McCain because he's a flat-out shooter. They the same height, same size, flat-out shooter. This guy right here is pretty interesting too, though. Isaiah Collier. They got him going. I've never seen him at low enough for us to get him. So every time I see Isaiah Collier in the mock drafts, he's positioned higher. But he's a kid I consider getting to. I actually watched him play a little bit from USC. Let me see what the chat talking about. Led by the same man that bought us, Eddie Curry. Is that a good thing or bad thing, Coach? That he's led by the same man that bought us, Eddie Curry. I'm assuming it's a bad thing because Vaughn says not Eddie Curry. Salute to Gideon in the building. This is This Week This Week Inside the New York Knicks, episode 4, off-season edition, man. If you just joined the chat, we talking about a wide range of topics, all things that happened between 6/14 to 6/23. We're going to get to Paul George in a second, right? We talked about we didn't really talk about much rumors, but we talked about a couple of different topics that was on the agenda today. Right now, we're talking a little bit about the draft, which is still like a mystery, to be honest, because, we don't really know which way this thing can go. It can go a lot of different ways. Wait, hold on. Keyshawn Johnson. He's another guy. Hold on, let me see. Is he on this list? See, these guys they be working out don't even be on the list. Keyshawn Johnson. Let me see. Hold on. Can't be all the way down here. Let me scroll up. Hold on. Who's this kid? Oh, Nicola. Oh, another Euro dude. Okay. Let me scroll up. Keyshawn Johnson. Did we see him? I don't think we seen this kid. His name again? Keyshawn Johnson. I don't see Keyshawn Johnson. They said they worked him out too. Why all these guys they working out I don't see on the list? Really weird. Okay, we'll move past it. If I don't see you in the top 30 of my draft, I'm not going to waste too much time. So, yeah, Ryan Dunn again. That's also in my notes, yeah. Ryan Dunn is coming, guys. It's official. It's official. Let me see. So, optimistic Giants fan, salute to you in the building. You said that you want Ware, Eddie, Duns, Holmes, and Beekman? All right, so hold on. Definitely Ware, for sure. Edie's not coming. Edie, they got him as high as 12. Dunn, we talked about. Dunn, you probably could get. Now, Holmes and Beekman, hold on. Okay, this guy right here, he's talking about Darren Holmes. 6'9", junior. Okay, he worked out with the Nuggets. So he's a versatile big man. Okay. He looks like a Precious Achiuwa. I mean, do you think that he's like a Precious Achiuwa replacement? I haven't seen him play. He plays for Dayton. Ain't that where Obi went? I think Obi went to Dayton too. Let's see. Good thing because we still have people to know. Hope we could get done in the second round. I don't know, Coach. I don't think Dunn's going to be there in the second round. On 95% of mock drafts, he's been going to the Knicks. I don't know if we could get him in the second round. But to be honest, man, anything could happen, bro. Like, these mock drafts don't mean nothing. But I like to see how I use mock drafts is, one, to learn about guys I didn't know about. So that's one. Like, why do they got this guy in the top 10? Then I'll go do my research on him, right? But two, I like to see a lot of different mock drafts and then range them. So Ryan Dunn has been in the Knick range consistently, right? Edie is kind of all over the place. Edie, I seen him as high as 12 today, as low as us. But there's no real way to know where they're going to go. Is Keyshawn George? Keyshawn George. Hold on. Keyshawn, is he on my list? Keyshawn George. Yeah, this kid right here. Miami fresh. Okay. So he went to Miami. All right, hold on. Wow, they give you, okay. Give you a full scouting report. Let's check this out because he said he want to check out Keyshawn George. All right. He was a freshman standout, so he's coming out as a freshman. He's 6'7". I like the height. 40% from three. I like the three-point percentage, even though he only averaged 7.6 points. Don't really look at points like that. Points don't really matter. Points don't really matter because sometimes guys don't get the minutes. And in college, they restrict you. There's a lot of guys that didn't average no points in college, but then got to the pros and became 20-point scorers. So don't even trip off that. Let me see. He's a good shooter from NBA range. Ooh, with a fluid off-the-dribble package. Okay, we know he's making 40% from threes and 36% of his pull-up threes. Wow, he's making 36% from pull-up threes? Ooh, okay. Creative playmaker. Okay. Operates like a point guard. Ooh, hey, we could use a 6'7" dude with handles. And he puts great effort on the defense. He takes charges. Okay. Coach Tibbs is going to love that. Let me see the minuses, though. Doesn't have a first step. He has little elevation on his finishes at the rim. Leaving him prone to getting blocked. Okay. Not a physical driver. Yeah, he gonna have to work on that. You're going to have to be a physical driver in this league. Elevates from too far away. He could work on that. Let's see. Needs to get much stronger. I could work on that. Let's see. Master his technique for laterally to becoming a guard stopper. Well, on the Knicks, he'll probably be playing power forward. You already know how Tibbs do it. 6'7" and over, you're a power forward. Fairly unproven and doesn't play heavy minutes for Miami. Yeah, it's okay. He wasn't getting that much minutes. The only problem with Keyshawn for me is that because he didn't get a lot of time and he's a freshman, I think he should have stayed one more year. But he does look like he got skills. If he slides to the second round, I think we got that 38th pick, right? Hold on. If he slides, I don't think he's going to slide because they love the young players in the draft, especially 6'7". But if he slides to the second round, I'll take him in the second round for sure. I doubt he's going to slide to the second round. But I'm just saying if he did. Let's see what you guys talking about because this is an interactive podcast. We do want to see what the chat has to say. Holmes is a 4 out of 5. Okay. I mean, he's another guy that this is my first time really noticing him. If he slides to the second round, he'll be somebody considered too. I don't know if I'm taking him with the 24-25 pick because, to be honest, we might could move up in the draft if we wanted to. And I don't know if I want to take a somebody that is kind of raw in the first round. That Miami kid could be nice. Yeah, coach. I like what I see from him. Only thing, like I said, he's a little young. A little young. Beekman is a young deuce. Okay. Said Beekman is a young dude. Okay. Did we look at Beekman? A lot of names, man. A lot of names. Keep them coming. Because I don't know what the hell they're going to do. Besides Ryan Dunn, I don't know what they're going to do. They could trade the pick, too. I have no idea why the Knicks will go after George. He's older. He's always hurt. We're going to talk about that. Give me a second, Tyshawn. We're going to get the Paul George. Right now, we're talking about the draft for a little bit. Whoever they get in the draft, whether it's a project or somebody who's ready to play now, I just hope that it's someone that fills our need. Right now, the kid from Miami we was talking about, he kind of fills our needs because he's a big win. This kid right here, Keyshawn George, or Keyshawn George. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. He fits what we need for sure on the wing. This guy right here, Darren Holmes, too, looks like he could be a Precious based off of what they're saying here. He blocks shot, defense. But I want this kid right here. I want Kyle Flipkowski. And if somehow he falls to the second round, man, I'm taking him with the second pick for sure. Right? Kyle, yeah, he's the man. So keep your draft stuff coming. I'm gonna shift for a second, but we could continue talking about draft because draft is what's the next best thing. I do want to give a brief shout out to the New York Liberty, y'all. I do want to give a brief shout out to the New York. I know this is a Knick podcast, but I'm not sure if you guys watch women's basketball. I I'm not going to say women's basketball is the most exciting than it's been because, to be honest, I remember watching it. They had some hoopers come through. Not to say that these girls now are not hoopers. I'm just saying, like, if you understand the history of the WNBA, they had hoopers. Like one of my favorite women all time is Maya Moore. She was the coldest, bro. She made the World Cup team as a college senior with all those Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Tamika Catchings. Yeah, she did her thing, right? So, but we have to give credit to these New York Liberties, y'all. They're dominating the league. They play in the Commissioner Cup tomorrow. They play tomorrow against, I think it's the Lynx. I got it right here. Okay. Now, the Liberty are banged up. You know, they don't got Benijah Laney Hamilton, who is also one of my favorite players on the team. But my number one favorite player on the Liberty, right, is Doncarell Jones. She is who we wish Mitchell Robinson would aspire to be. She's a bona fide hooper. She can shoot the three ball. She's amazing. This is her right here. This girl right here, she was a former MVP. She is a problem, y'all. She's 6'6", probably 6'7", big, beating girls up, getting rebounds. She's all of that in a bag of chips. And she was an MVP back in 2021. So I'm going to give a little bit of love to the Liberty. They're doing their thing. They got this big game. It's going to be on Prime Video. Make sure you guys check it out. I'm definitely going to get some tickets. I'm going to take the family down to go watch a Liberty game. But I honestly, I haven't really watched much of my Yankees. But I think that the Liberty have the best chance of winning the championship. I watch the games, y'all. I just want to give them a brief shout out, right? Salute to the Liberty. They're doing their thing, right? New York stand up. Being that Tyshawn cracked it off, let's jump into Paul George. And if you guys still got more draft picks you want to talk about, we could talk more about the draft. We're jumping in the flagship. I want to salute the Tyshawn in the building, doing his thing. He says that he has no idea why the Knicks would go after George. He's older. He's always hurt. It's a dumb move. Like this, that would always have them chasing for a championship forever. Let me talk about that. Paul George is somebody, I'm not sure how long you guys been following the channel, but there was rumors about him last year too. In fact, there was rumors about Paul George last year saying that the trade was damn near done. The issue was the Knicks didn't want to give him the full year $220. So why is this year different from last year? According to Tyshawn, there is no difference, right? Paul George, right, he averaged 22 a game, but this is to give Tyshawn a little pushback. He played 74 games last year. Very efficient from three ball, 41% from downtown, 47% from the field, not bad. His effective field goal percentage is 56%. His player efficiency rating was 19.3. 7.5 on the win shares, and he's not the first option on the team, which is not bad. Paul George had a solid year last year, and he was an all-star. My bad. I put in the poll he was a former all-star. My bad, Paul George. Paul George was an all-star last year. I forgot about that detail. Okay, cool. So he was an all-star. So you're getting a guy coming off an all-star year, right? Not to mention he was an all-star in 2022-23. Yeah, he only played 56 games, but 56 games is better than 31. Okay? All right? The 56 games is better than 31. So if you want to look at his durability, last couple of years is trending upwards. Now, the good thing about Paul George, who is an all-star, now you get a third all-star in the lineup. If you do the trade how I want them to do the trade. Hold on, let me make sure I got my notes on this, right? So just to give Tyshawn a little pushback. Let's see what Coach talking about. The difference is he wants to come here. He has to opt in. Doing this will allow him to be thank you, Coach. I'm getting to that, Coach. Man, salute the coach, man. Yo, you guys got to get in the Discord server. Not only am I giving away hats, you're going to be able to talk to a guy like Coach who really knows the game of basketball. Sometimes me and him bump heads only on quality towns. Most other times me and Coach always agree. He's somebody. I'm not talking about Coach, the Towns coach. Let's not go there, okay? Let's keep it. Let's keep it where we need to keep it, Coach. But Coach, if you want to talk to Coach, you want to talk to my man Sam, salute to my man Sam. He's not in the building yet today, but salute to my man Sam. He's also in there. You want to have great conversations with us, right? Salute to the people that did join the Discord. I did get a couple of people join the Discord. Definitely get up in there. Coach, you on the money. Coach said it. He'll be a 1-year rental. So hold on, let me go back to this article here. I just want to comment on Tyshawn talking about his health. So, all right, here's why he's rumored to join the Knicks. Okay? So he has an opt-in, right? He has a $48.8 million a year option for 2024-25. Even though he's coming off 2 All-Star seasons, which matter. Like, you have to give that credence. You also have to give the 74 games he played credence. You also have to look at what the trade possibly would be, right? We're not going to trade Randle. At least I hope not. If it's a Randle for Paul George, I don't think that's a good trade. If we can trade the others, non-starters, with Mitchell Robinson, I think it's a great deal. I think it's a really good deal. Coach said it. It'll be a 1-year rental. So the only way the trade would happen, ladies and gentlemen, he would have to opt into this contract. Which, I mean, to be honest, he honestly could not opt in to. Maybe, you know, I don't remember the guy who's the name of the GM for the Clippers, but let's say he's somebody who can convince Paul George to re-sign for the low. Listen, forget that $48.8 million. I'm going to give you $30 million, 3-year, $30 million contract. We're trying to build something in LA. You know, I think they moved to a new stadium, right? So it's a possibility that he opts out. If he opts out, he will be an unrestricted free agent. Now, the problem for the Clippers is no matter what happens, they would prefer it to be a sign and trade. Because the only one team that can literally pull a Jalen Brunson, right? That can literally pull a LeBron James, right? And just sign him outright, no sign and trade, is the Sixers. And they're a threat to do it. So if you are the Clippers and you tell Paul George, don't do the $48.8 million, do the 3-year 30, right? 3-year 90, right? Okay, so now Philly comes and they go, look, do you want to do that 3-year 90? We'll give you the 4-year 200. The 4-year 180. Even 4-year 180 is better than 3-year 90, right? That's the risk the Clippers are facing. So more than likely, because I think Paul George, who is, let me pull up his age. I believe he's 34. I just want to be accurate. Paul George is, hold on. He's 34, right? And his birthday passed, so he's 34, right? If I'm him and I'm a 2-time All-Star, coming off 2 All-Stars, I'm opting in. Because I know that I'm going to play my way again, because Kawhi's going to get. So even if I stay and you don't trade me, right? Which I don't think. I do think that the Clippers would trade him more than likely to the Sixers again. If the Sixers can, you know, I'm not sure what they got in picks. See, I think that honestly, now that I think about it, I think the Knicks would probably be the better trade target, unless the Sixers package, like, they convinced Tobias Harris for the low to go to the Clippers. Like, you put together a Sixers package, Kelly Oubre, Harris, whatever 1 or 2 picks they got, right? Send it to the Clippers so that way they can have some teams. But I do think that the Knicks, because of the picks, would be able to put a better trade package together for Paul George. Not mentioning even without Randle as the main piece in that trade, right? So check this out. So this is Bleacher Report, Mark Stein, talking about another trusted source has advised me to keep the Knicks on the list as a potential trade suitor for George if the All-NBA swingman opts in, right? We just talked about that. The New York Knicks, hold on. Okay, that's what he got. I have another article going into more detail talking about what the Knicks package. Now, I can jump into flagship. To word on the street for a second. So this is the trade that I proposed, right? This is what I proposed. So this is what the trade would be. Paul George, right, for Mitchell Robinson, Bojan, Deuce, and 2 first-round picks. And 1 first-round pick. And maybe if they want 2, I might give them 2. I might give them 2. Mitchell Robinson, Bojan, Deuce, and maybe 2 first-round picks. How do you guys feel about that trade package? Now, look, you do that trade. This is going to be your starting lineup. It's going to be Jalen Brunson. Salute to Jalen Brunson. Superstar, supernova, right? The Brunson burner. Paul George, who's shooting 42% damn near from downtown. OG Anunoby, who's 40% from the corner. Julius Randle, who's a beast. And Isaiah Hartenstein. Because I think that Isaiah Hartenstein is thing. Okay, so hold on. Salute to Wacko in Brooklyn. I like that. I like that name. Wait, hold on. You talking about Cat? Oh, no, Wacko. Oh, God. Coach, please. Coach, please. Please. We're not talking about Towns this episode. I guess we got to because Wacko in Brooklyn. So wait, hold on. What's wrong with the $48 million? You don't want to give him the $48 million. Why not? It's just 1 year. I'm not sure if you heard Wacko. I said he was a 2-time All-Star. Recent years. He's 8-time overall, but 2-time, meaning last year and the year before last year, he was an All-Star, bro. Why not give a guy who was an All-Star caliber player the 1 year 50? Whatever happened next year happened. This is New York City. We got the bag. We got the bag. We got the bag. Hell, next year comes. You know what, Paul George? You help us win a championship? Shoot. We'll give you 3 year 35. Right? Because at that point, he'll be 35? Look, we give you 3 years 35. 3 year 35. I think he'll do it. Especially if we win the championship. Oh, you saying no. Okay, so Wacko, I'm glad Wacko said that. Let's talk about that. He said the trade isn't. Let me explain. First of all, I'm gonna pull up the sports trade. I'm glad he said that. Because Wacko, he brought up a good concern. He talks about the money in the trade. So we're gonna talk about the money in the trade. That's what we're gonna pull up right now. Sports track. Pow. So we're gonna pull up the Knicks salary cap, right? I'm gonna tell you why it is. Okay? So with the Bojan, you got $19 million right there from Bojan by himself. Because they're probably going to bring his option back because he's trade bait. Mitchell Robinson's making $14 million. That's $33 million right there. You add Deuce into the fold, that's another $4 million, $37 million. Also, Wacko, we also have exception money. See this exception money right here? All these exceptions are tradable, right? This right here, $6 million. So hold on, just to get the math right. You got $19 million from Bojan. You got $14 million from Mitch, right? That's $33 million right there. You add Deuce McBride's $4 million. That's $37 million right there. You got trade exceptions. You got another $6 million here. That brings it up to $41 million. You got another $5 million exception here. So you have these trade exceptions that can be used to equal the value of the deal, thus making the deal a possible deal. See, I do my research, man. I don't just put stuff up just to put it. Those players will work with the exceptions, which the Clippers would love to do. Because look what the Clippers get. The Clippers will get the best offensive rebounder in basketball, right, for $14 million. And I think he has how many years on his contract? Let's pull it up. Mitchell Robinson has, I think he has 2 more years on his contract. Yeah. No, he only has 1 more year on his deal. And it goes down. Man, salute to Brock Aller. Yo, the Knicks, let me tell you something. The Knicks front office is incredible. You guys don't even understand the value in these contracts. They're top heavy. They start from higher to lower. So if I'm the Clippers, I get Mitchell Robinson for 2 years, 27. That's better than any deal they can get in the free agency. Any center coming out, they're going to command way more money than that. Think about what I'm saying. If I'm the Clippers, I get the best offensive rebounder in basketball with James Harden going to be checking up shots, right? You got Kawhi, you got Bojan. They got a whole bunch of young boys. You got Man, you got Bones Highland, right? They got young guys. If I'm the Clippers and I want to save money because I don't want to pay Paul George 48, I'm hitting up the Knicks and I get a first round picks. Depending on, I might get one 25 pick or whoever. If I'm the Clippers, I'm doing it. Because you're going to lose Paul George. If Paul George opts out of his contract, he's more than likely going to sign with the Sixers. I don't see Paul George doing it. He's going to opt in, right, and get that $48 million. Why? Because he's been an all-star the last 2 years. I'm betting on myself, bro. If I've been an all-star the last 2 years, why wouldn't I be an all-star this year? Whether I stay with the Clippers or whether I go to Philly, don't matter. I'm going to be an all-star because if he goes to Philly, they're going to be a top 3 team in the East. If he goes to the Knicks, you already know I got the Knicks top 2 in the East. So you're going to be in position to get the limelight and get the stats and get the wins that's necessary to be an all-star. If he makes another all-star this year, bro, he's going to get a 4. I could see him getting the 4. I already know right now that Philly's willing to give him the $40 million, $45 million a year. I already know it. So if you're the Clippers, your best bet is for him to opt in so you can trade him. Let's see. All right, he's saying what we giving Paul doesn't add up to his salary. Yeah, I broke that down, Coach. Hopefully you guys see that I just matched the salary. Hopefully you guys just see I matched it. I'll do it one more time. I'll go through it one more time. The salaries match. Trust me, I do my homework, bro. One thing about my channel, I'm not posting stuff just to post it. I post stuff that makes sense. I'm going to do the contracts one last time. Bojan is getting $19 million. Mitchell Robinson's getting $14 million. You combine those together, that's $33 million. Deuce McBride makes $4 million, 4.7, right? I'm just adding 4. Make it $37 million. Then they have exceptions, right? So we had $37 million, right? They got an exception from the Obi trade, $6 million. Just rounded up to 7. So 7 plus 37 is what? That's $44 million. And they have another exception from the RJ trade, $5 million. So that you boost that $44 million up to $49 million. There's your Paul George money, by the way. Hope you guys see it. Just broke it down. The money does match up based off exceptions, trade exceptions. Okay, hold on, let me scroll up so you guys can see it. These are trade exceptions. These exceptions can be used in trades to match salaries. Okay? Let's see. Brunson, PG, OG, Randle, iHeart isn't bad at all. Championship. Thank you. See, okay, all right. See, Wacko, salute the Wacko, you got to join. Yo, Wacko, I need you in the Discord, bro. I love the way you think, bro. Hit the link, right? You can scan the barcode. Knicks hat giveaway. I'm also giving away Knicks hats to people in my Discord server. You could go there by going to www.theobjectiveknicksfan.com. Link is in the description. Link is in the comments too. Join the Discord, y'all. I need y'all in there. Some of you guys are really bringing some great commentary to the chat. I love it. Let's see. Okay, Nick Yak. All right, let's see what Nick Yak talking about. After this ridiculous trade, we need money for OG, Hartenstein, and now Mitch replacement. Okay, so let's talk about that, Nick Yak. I'm glad you said it. I do have to answer that comment. And to really like give you some of my criterias, because I do have some criterias for this trade. Certain things have to happen for us to do a Paul George trade. The first thing is we have to be assured that we're going to re-sign Hartenstein. That's one. So that could throw a whole monkey wrench into this whole equation. Because if you don't keep Hartenstein, you have to keep Mitch. You cannot trade Mitch and lose Hartenstein. That's bad for business. Now you're going to have to rebuild the 5 spot. Right? So that's one. So re-signing Hartenstein is a key to this deal. Another thing would be to keep OG because, like Wacko said, that lineup is a championship lineup, right? We talking about PG, we talking about Brunson, we talking about OG, we talking about Randle, we talking about Hartenstein. right? However, if you're gonna lose OG, you might also want to do the PG trade. Because if you lose OG, PG, I'm not saying he's as good as a defender right now in his career as OG, but he can replace a lot of what he does on the defensive end. And you get somebody who's a 22-point game scorer and an all-star. So now, instead of OG being there, Paul George can be an OG replacement. So if you lose OG, I would be even more hard-pressed to do the PG trade, right? Because you're going to lose OG. I don't want to lose OG, but you'll be, you'll be pressed. And also, because I already gave you the trade, right? Which would be no starters, right? Just Mitch. Okay. Okay, we got some more. Salute to salute to everybody. I'm getting the notifications, y'all, to all the Discord people, man. Salute to everybody joining the Discord, man. It's definitely lit in there. You gotta get up in there. So those are my criterias for Paul George. That's one. So we're not just going to get Paul George and blow up the house. So if they want us to trade Randle, hell no. Hell no. They want us to trade OG, hell no. Right? We're not going for it. Right? Even the Nova Boys is a hell no. Nova Boys are off limits. Everybody else can go. Right? If it's to make the team better, you can't tell me that Paul George in the corner, right, on the elbow, getting open threes because they can't guard Brunson is going to be crazy. I don't know how you're going to guard the Knicks with that lineup. Another thing, too, he said that the money. So this is why I started the conversation talking about bird rights. I did a full explanation on bird rights on the previous pods, and I also got a video talking about Isaiah Hartenstein. I'm going to talk about it briefly now. When you have bird rights, let me see if they highlight it here on thing. They don't. Okay, cool. No problem. When you have bird rights, right, that means that you have 3 years or more with a team. Early bird rights is 2 years or more with a team, right? Isaiah Hartenstein has been with the Knicks for 2 years. He has what's considered early bird rights. So the maximum money that Isaiah Hartenstein can sign, despite the cap, because now with bird rights, you can sign players over the cap. So cap is not a priority. So even if the Paul George, the cap goes up to $200 million, doesn't stop the Knicks from re-signing their own free agent. You get it? So the money doesn't matter because they have bird rights. Isaiah Hartenstein's max is $72 million for 4 years. OG's max, I think OG is what, 220? I'm not sure what his max is, but it's like 4 or 5 years for 220. That's OG's max, right? And they could sign those guys no matter what. Now, what happens when they sign those guys is just ownership stuff, because now they're going to have to pay these penalties. Let me see if I can show you the penalties right here. All right, so you see this right here? Okay, cool. So the salary cap is $141 million, right? That's the current cap maximum. We're already over the cap, right? We're at $148 million, and it's going to be more than that because we're going to have to re-sign OG for way more than $19 million. So just add another $20 million to that, and we'll probably be at $168 million. Once we get to $168 million, we're still below what's called, hold on, let me scroll. My head is in the way. You see that first apron right there? This $178 million. Once you cross that threshold, you gotta now start paying extra tax and more money. But that's ownership stuff. Bro, we're in New York City. They got the money. The issue with here's what Leon Rose, remember, in Leon Rose we trust. T-shirts coming soon. Leon Rose, right, didn't want to overspend for a team that wasn't going to compete for a championship. In my opinion, and remember, I'm someone that didn't want Paul George. I only want him under the parameters I set. If we could get him under these parameters, I think that he turns us into a championship team. And when you have a championship level team, you have to spend the bag, because remember, there's a lot of rumors, and hopefully you follow the pod because we talk about everything. We talked about this in the previous pod. We said that there was rumors that, or someone alleged in the organization, I don't know how true this is, that Dolan is expecting the Knicks to get a star. I argued and said, well, Jalen Brunson is the star. An argument could be made that Paul George is a star. He may not be a super duper star, but he's another star. You put him with Brunson, Randle, bro, that's a championship, bro. And then you got OG and the rest of the Nova boys. Come on, y'all. The trade makes sense. Even if you lose OG, the trade makes sense. Right? I don't want to lose OG. I don't think we're going to lose OG. But I just needed to let you know there is a world where all these guys come back. It's just they're going to have to start spending this bread. Right? All this money right here, because we've been right here. Look, this is where we are, right? We're right here. We're nowhere near this first apron yet, which is $178 million. So even if OG resigns, this will push this number up to $168 million. We'll still be below the apron. Then if we get a mid-level, let's say we go sign Kyle Lowry or somebody like that, that's another $10 million, $11 million for that too. Either way, we'll be, flirting with that apron, right? What I'm trying to tell you is that if the Knicks really have an opportunity to get Paul George, even if it's a one-year rental, I don't care. You got to get that man. Because he definitely gives us an extra bump in a Celtics battle. Because now Tatum and Brown going to have to play defense. There's not going to be no hiding in the lineup. Y'all going to have to play defense, yo. Straight like that. That's why I like the trade. So I'm not here to convince you to get on board. However, I do want to clear up whatever misinformation is there. Because there is a lot of misinformation on these Knicks social media streets. I mean, there's people just that they don't really understand what's going on. Business and politics. I thought I had it in this article, but there's another article, I don't know where it's at. But it talked about how the Knicks can honestly get Paul George without trading Randle. Let me see where you at. Salute the coach educating in the chat. Yeah, we have bird rights. Right, coaches drop. Yo, listen to coach, y'all. And like I said, if y'all want to talk to coach, y'all have to get inside that Discord server. Because coach is very active in there. Coach will not go over the cap. If we do after this season, Mitchell's a free agent. We won't be eligible to sign him. But hold on, Nick. Yeah. Are you talking about Mitchell Robinson or Donovan Mitchell? That ship is sell, by the way. I got an article talking about that. The Knicks are not looking at Donovan Mitchell no more. We're good. We have wing defenders for Brown and we got wing defenders for Brown and Tatum. But yeah, we need PG. Yeah, PG adds to that. Okay. Yeah, Nick, I hope you got what I said. I already explained the salary cap. So we could still do the PG trade and sign OG and Hartenstein. That's not that wouldn't be the barrier. Bird rights will put us over the cap, making us ineligible to sign free agents. Mitchell, we're not signing okay, so Nick, you're talking about Donovan Mitchell. Let me clarify. Donovan Mitchell ship is sell. Hold on, let me see if I have that article here. I can pull up right quick. So you won't just hear it coming from me. I'm gonna tell you. So hold on. This is Mitchell Robinson talking about going to the Wizards. Hold on. Let me Let me see if I can find that right quick. Because I don't want it just to come from me. No, that's Mitchell Robinson. I'm gonna get it, guys. Hold on. Hartenstein. I do want to talk about that Hartenstein too with OKC because here's the thing too. Here's another thing too. The Sixers can ruin it all. Because the Sixers, if he opts out the contract, which I don't think he's going to do, if he opts out that contract, he's going to the Sixers, y'all, for sure, guaranteed. Paul George is definitely going to the Sixers, guaranteed. Oh yeah, I think this is it right here. All right, so look, Donovan Mitchell rumors. Knicks trade interest not as strong after Brunson's emergence. Okay, this is Bleacher Report, not coming from me, right? Jalen Brunson emerges as a superstar player. Oh, I love how. Oh my God, do you see that? Hello, do y'all see that, Knicks fans? How long have we been fighting with everybody? Dog growl. Let me get a dog growl. I ain't do dog growl all. How long have we been fighting with everybody about Jalen Brunson's effectiveness and being a superstar? So now let's see the media acknowledge him as a superstar. Yo, salute the Knick Nation, because we had something to do with that. Remember, he was too small, right? He wasn't highly coveted coming out of college, right? For whatever reason, I don't understand. I mean, he had 2 national championships, and he was one of the main players on the team. I don't see how Jalen Brunson goes in the second round in the draft, but I digress. Either way, they tried to write that man off. But salute to Jalen Brunson for doing this thing, right? So check this out. So this is coming from Fred Katz of The Athletic. He said the Knicks will not be as enthusiastic if Mitchell were to become available in the trade this offseason because they no longer have any need for a lead ball-dominant guard. Mitchell's future in Cleveland will likely depend on whether or not he decides to sign an extension with the club this season. His current deal runs through next season, $37.1 million option. Which, if I'm him, I opt out. I opt out because the reason why I say I would opt out, first off, you force Cleveland to give you the bag. 2, the Sixers got money, man. The Sixers might say, all right, screw the Knicks. Let's go get Donovan Mitchell, right? I'm just saying, like, I don't know. But the bottom line, what I'm trying to tell you is that ship is sell, y'all. There's no Donovan Mitchell coming to the Knicks. Forget about it, all right? Give it up. Let me see what we're talking about. Salute to the chat. Chat is active today. I love the chat, man. Let me see what you guys talking about before I move forward. All right. So let me see. Bird writes, all right, we aren't getting Spider. Yeah, that ship is sell. Thank you. Thank you, Coach. Just listen, guys, salute the coach. Just listen to Coach in the chat, man. Coach, he'll answer the stuff I don't answer. Let me see. Devo and Lionheart off the bench. That's fire, right? Wacko? See, I love this. Wacko came in. He wasn't feeling the PG trade. But once he heard me break it down, he was like, yo, that makes sense. And I'm saying, look, only under those parameters do we do the trade. If we have to trade Randle, right, one of the Nova boys, something like that to make the deal happen, I'm not doing it. I want to be like the Liberty. I want to have that super team. You feel what I'm saying? I want to add to the. I don't want to take nothing off the team. That, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to give up any elements. We want to add another heavy menu item. We don't want to give up too much for Paul George. Let me see. We won't be over the cap by much. Using Bojan $17 million, Burks $10 million. Oh no. Nick Yak, Burks is a free agent. Burks is not going to be in no deal. He's unrestricted. We have no rights to Burks, and they're probably going to renounce his rights anyway, unless the Knicks have these moves in mind, and maybe after the dust settles. Because look, if you trade any trade, even if it's not Paul George, if you trade Mitch, Bojan, and Deuce for one good player, more than likely you're going to need a bench guy. So I can see them saying, "I'll keep. Let's get Burks. Let's bring him back." Right. So Burks might come back, but he can't be used in any deal. So Burks is out of there. Let me see. Wacko keep going in with the deal. I like Wacko, man. Wacko, get in that server. Let me see. Mitchell will walk into the Garden after next season as a free agent. Nick Yak, you off the money. They already. I'm glad y'all guys addressed Nick Yak. He's off kilter with that. There's no interest in Spider no more. Let me see. You don't have to explain the cap to me. You've been listening to ridiculous trade talk for weeks, using Bojan in the trade. Whose money goes to IG? Yeah, Nick Shack, if you're going to make that statement about Bojan and trade whose money goes to OG and Hartenstein's, then you don't understand the cap, because those are all independent entities. 76ers had max money to spend. Sixers going to get him. So Wacko, look. If Paul George opts out, he's going to the Sixers. That's already a done deal. The Sixers can give him literally off the rip. They could give him the 4-year 45 off rip, which is better than anybody else could even think about offering it, because the Clippers don't want to give him that money. The Clippers are trying to get him to sign for the low. He's like, I'm a 2-time All-Star, y'all being disrespectful. anything below the $40 million range, he's out of it. It don't make no sense. But I agree because he's a 2-time All-Star. Once I really look, all right, because look, I already told y'all last year I wasn't feeling the deal. But I had to literally unplug from the matrix, right? And really look at it and say, yo, this deal is not as bad as I thought. And let me try to, be objective about it. Mitchell wants to play in the Garden. Mitchell's out of here. Mitchell's not coming to New York unless he goes to the Nets. They're another team that could scrunch up a couple of dollars. What the Nets could do, honestly, is sign and trades. They can't give nobody like $40 million out the rip, but they could like package because they got Ben Simmons money. They could do some flexible things from that. Okay, so coach says he wants the center from Orlando. Wait, you talking about? Hold on, let me pull up the Magic. Let's pull up the Magic right quick. I think I know who you're talking about, coach. You want the center from the Magic. Hold on, we're gonna pull him up right now. Orlando Magic. That's the beautiful thing about my show is that, I do everything real time. So we could do actual research to see who's talking what. Make sure cats ain't just capping, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's capping in this chat, though. Everybody is talking they talk. Let me see. So look, we're gonna go to the Magic, right? We're gonna go to the Magic. Because I want to see the center he's talking about. So is he talking about Carter? Now, Carter's still on the books. Hold on. Let me see if I can sort it by. Yeah. Wait, what year is this? What center are you talking about? Because Carter's still on the contract. Are you talking about this guy right here? Hold on. I don't think I'm going to update it. Yeah, let me go here. This is better. All right, so let me see who he's talking about. Let's look at the cap holds. Oh, you must be talking about this guy right here. Goga? Don't ask me to pronounce his name. Why are you... Let me see. Let's look at this kid. Let's look him up. Is this the kid you want, coach? You want this kid right here? Bataze? Let me see if I get his stats. He hasn't played. Hasn't really played much. If it's not this guy, what other center you talking about, coach? If it's this guy, let me know. And we'll do a little dive on him. We removed Burke's salary, not trade. Him and Bojan's $2 million buyout, saving $17 million. No. Nick Shack, that's not how it's gonna work. Let me explain why it's not gonna work like that. I'm gonna show you why it won't work like that. Let me go back to the Knicks salary cap and explain why. Yeah, Knicks Sports Track. By the way, Sports Track is the best website if you want to see salary caps and who's making what and what option is what. Sports Track is the best. Let me show you why that won't work like that. So if you lose Bojan, right? His $19 million does come off the books. You got $2 million, so $17 million comes off the books, right? However, what you have to realize is you have a such thing called cap holds. Until you clear these cap holds, these salaries technically count against the cap. It's a little complicated. Not simple at all. It's complicated because of how they made it. All right, let me show you something. You see this 208 right here? This $206 million. This is really what the Knicks salary cap is. It's not a real number because $58 million of that 206 is cap holds, which could be cleared. Okay? These cap holds could be cleared. Once these cap holds are cleared, then these salaries won't be counted towards the salary because at some point you're going to actually have to sign these guys. Does that make sense? Do the moratorium, how you say it, moratorium period, the free agent window, the signing period, right? These guys, you have to make a decision with these guys. If you waive his cap hold, all right, so look, Burks has a $19 million cap hold. If you waive that cap hold, you won't have any bird rights or anything to him. You can't sign him. That's the thing about cap holds. If you renounce the cap hold, you lose the bird rights. Does that make sense? But Precious has a cap hold. Of course, Isaiah Hartenstein has a cap hold, right? And by the way, Isaiah Hartenstein's money, which is another salary, is not added into this initial 150 right here, or 148, right? 149. This initial money right here, this 148, does not include Isaiah Hartenstein. Okay? It also doesn't include Precious. And I think everybody else is pretty much expendable. But it doesn't include those guys. So either way, the Knicks are not under the cap. The only thing the Knicks can do, salary-wise, is this. I'm going to show it to you. Hold on. Let me find it. Just by the exception. Yeah, right here. You see this mid-level exception? $12 million. That's the most that the Knicks have to offer a free agent. Starting salary. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, we could talk more about it. Let me see. Wacko, Brunson, OG, Randle versus Maxey. You know what? That's a poll. Brunson, OG, Randle versus Maxey, PG, and Embiid. Damn. That's tough. Ooh. I ain't gonna lie. Man, that's tough, bro. Because you see the problem. All right, I'm going to tell you the problem with that lineup. They all are complementary to each other's game. Paul George is a spacing, shooting wing. He's someone that sits on the three-point line. Embiid can sit on the nail. He could go to the dunker spot and operate from the three-point line. Embiid, you can put him anywhere. Maxey is top of the key, looking to dive off pick and rolls or create opportunities off the dive and pick and rolls. All three of those guys' games just work so well together because you're not going to be able to double nobody. Especially if they add more shooters, like more two-way caliber guys. Like, I would bring back Oubre, right, for sure. Tobias Harris, if you could get him back for the low, I'll get him back for the low. Same thing with Batum. If you could get Batum back for the low, I get him back. I would bring most of those same guys back with Paul George and Embiid and Maxey. And yeah, that's gonna be some problems. And then I might mix it up. I mean, there's a couple of other guys that's free. I know Malik Monk re-signed, so he's one of the guys that's not available. But yeah, we can't let that happen. But Wacko, it's not really on us. It's on the Clippers. Because the Clippers can give Paul George the most money. And the Clippers, right, can just keep him and not trade him. So it's not really us, it's the Clippers. Knicks, we don't want Burks bird rights. Yeah, but all right, so cool. So look, Knicks Yak. And salute the Knicks Yak. I love that. I love Knicks Yak. We having a really good conversation, even though we just don't agree. Let me show you why it doesn't even matter. Because if you remove his $19 million, right? Let's get rid of $19 million. Let's make it 20. Just to have an even number. You minus the 20 from the 206, not from the 20 doesn't get minus from the 148. You see that? Because Burks is not in the 148. The 148 exists without Burks. He's not in the 148. He's in the 206. So you minus the 20 from the 206, you'll be at 180. So even if you renounce him, you're not going to be under the cap. The Knicks are above the cap. Face it, I know it hurts. I know it sucks. I know we wish we had money available. We don't. The most money we got, I showed you. The only thing the Knicks can do in this offseason, right, is this right here. Okay? Remember, I didn't make these numbers up. This is why I'm in research mode. This right here. I'm going to highlight it for you. Right? This right here. The 12 million, I can't even highlight it. But this 12 million where the mouse is, you can see it. That $12 million, 12.8 is the most the Knicks can do. So yeah, the Knicks, we're not under the cap. I'm glad I was able to convince some of you guys to at least be open to the Paul George trade, right? At least be open to it. You know what? I'm gonna jump in the word in the street, and then we'll probably finish with a couple of rumors. Talked about the Liberty. Let's do a little bit of word on the street. I'm gonna start top up. I dropped this poll this morning because we were talking about it on the pod. So and this is the deal basically, right? So according to the rumors, the deal that we put on the table, right, for Paul George, which was Mitchell Robinson, Bojan, Deuce, and 1 first-round pick. I'm even willing to give up 2, but it's the deal. To be fair, is 1 first-round pick, right? So I'm gonna say good deal. And so as you can see, out of the 138 votes this morning, and by the way, you guys can still vote on these polls. It's still in the community section. 41% say it's a good deal. Actually, that went up because when I looked before the pod, it was at 35%. And then 56% are saying not a good deal, no trade, and 3% don't know. So Knicks fans are pretty confident in how they feel. I'll even go into the comments a little bit. Let's see what some of you guys, I'm pretty sure some of you guys that's in the chat already commented on this. Let's see. All right, so somebody asked, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce this name, but I'm just going to call him String. He says, why do we have to give up Deuce, though? And I actually replied to that. And I said, because it gives them an affordable contract to add to the rotation. This trade for PG is based off cap relief because they don't want to have to carry his $51 million. And the reason why I think I said $51 million is because I think that's what the cap hit would be for them if they keep him. I'm not going into the details right now. So that sometimes there's a difference between what the actual salary is and how it impacts the cap. So they would get $50 million in relief if they move him. Okay, I think that's how it works. I could be wrong with that, but that's why I said the $51 million. Let's see. I'm sorry, but I love the idea. And you know what? I think that, honestly, I think a lot of Knicks fans who didn't want PG, based off of this deal, is now like, this is a good deal. This is a good deal. Let me see. I haven't seen any proposed package that didn't include Deuce. That's what makes every deal a non-negotiable. What? They trying to bring the Knicks back to the days when they were so desperate for every star. I disagree with that. And you know what? I'm gonna make that a poll. Let me write that down right quick. Is Deuce untouchable? So hold on. Do you guys think Deuce is untouchable? In the chat, is Deuce McBride untouchable? Yes or no? Let me see what the chat talking about. We don't want Burks, bird rights. I address that. Yeah, Wacko. Yeah, Wacko. He doesn't understand, and that's fine. Hopefully, after he watches the video, maybe you come back and watch it again. You'll get it. No. Knicks Yak. All right. So one last time. I'm gonna go one last time and explain it. All right. Let me scroll. Nope. Let me scroll up. No, let me scroll down. Hold on. So I can show you why that number. All right. Right here. Bet. Cool. So in order to have, fairness between, the teams, because the Knicks, the Lakers, Boston, honestly, those teams the Warriors can spin out of the wazoo. To keep it balanced, that's why we have salary caps and certain restrictions to caps, right? So this is the real salary right now as of June 24th. The real salary cap is not 208, 206. It's 148. However, during free agency, right, this 206 is not a real number, but it is a real number because they use that money to count against the team's cap in free agency for fairness. Because if I was able to hold on to all of these guys' bird rights, right, these guys right here, if I hold on to all of these guys' bird, I know these guys, this is not the most impressive list of players, right? But some people have all-stars on this list, this cap hold list. And if you just had no cap hold and just went with this number right here, then teams can exploit the cap. So I'm not saying that this is a real salary. It's not, because most of these guys will be let go. Charlie Brown might be out of there. Shea Milton might be out of there. Jacob Toppin might be out of there, right? Alex Burks definitely might be out of there. Precious Achiuwa might be out of there. Hartenstein, we don't want him to go. But what I'm saying is that number is still a real number that counts during free agency. It's not the cap per se. Like, it's not the final number as in terms of it's not a real number except for free agency. I'm just going to say it like that. These cap holds is a free agent thing until you renounce them. It helps prohibit teams from pulling cheat codes. Because if they didn't do that, what's to stop the Lakers and the Knicks from putting together an all-star team because they have the money to do it. They count these pending free agents amongst the cap, but this is only a free agent thing. It's not a regular season thing. This is the real cap number because why? This 148 is the real cap number because they can get rid of all of these guys. It's tentative, right? It's a way of saying if you want these guys bird rights, right? You have to take the cap hit. It's just simple like that. It's not really that deep. So you can't save money. The Knicks is over the cap. That's why this number is here. Forget the 206. This 148 is a solid number. That's the active roster. Okay? 148. All right? So hopefully you get it, Yak. I can't explain it any better. Trust me, I looked into it. I tried to see how the Knicks could get more money, but there's no way to get beyond that 148. And honestly, it's going to be way more than that after Hartenstein resigns, hopefully, and OG resign. And Bojan, they're keeping that $19 million. They're going to bring Bojan back. So there's no money there. Okay? These guys have nothing to do with the 148. Okay? The cap hole guys, the Burks, the Precious, the Isaiah Hartenstein have nothing to do with the active roster. They're not counted on the active roster. They're counted here when you talk about total allocations because they are all cap holds. All right? Let me see. Let me see if Knicks says something. So if LeBron, oh, by the way, optimistic Giants fan. Okay, you answered my question. So you have to keep Deuce? Why? I love Deuce. But why do we have to keep him? I think everybody is expendable besides the starters and the Noble Boys. If it's going to help us get better, because the core of our team is the Noble Boys, Julius, yes, I'm saying it, Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, especially, I think he's going to resign. He has to resign. Isaiah Hartenstein, hopefully he resigns. And the Noble Boys. To me, those 6 guys right there are untradeable. Everybody else can go. Add Hartenstein too, if I didn't say Hartenstein. Hartenstein also, to me, Hartenstein or Mitch. Either one of them can go. But the problem is if you lose Hartenstein, it's not going to be a trade. You're going to lose him. So you don't want to see Hartenstein go. So it more than likely be Mitch. Those guys, to me, are untradeable. Deuce McBride is great. He's solid. I love the kid. I don't want to trade the kid. But if I can get a 2-time All-Star, he has to get up out of there. I'm sorry. So if LeBron opts out, yes, they can't use the $55 million. Exactly. I'm glad you said, Nick Shack, you answered your own question. Look, just for GP, let's pull up the Lakers. That's exactly the point. If LeBron, hold on, let me show you why it's not going to count. Right? We're going to pull up the Lakers salary cap. Let's pull it up. Let's pull them up. Right? I'm glad you went there. Because the Lakers is another team that don't have any money. So we're going to pull up the Lakers and show you why they don't have money. Okay? All right. So let's see if I can, I don't like, all right, hold on. Let me see. Because it's showing me all the years. I don't like when it shows it like this. All right. I'm going to do it from Google. Hold on. Because I don't know how to do it in Sports Tracks. Los Angeles Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers. Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna pull up their exact contract, bro. So we can pull up so we can see as a reference. Los Angeles Lakers Sports Track. Let me see if it pops up like that. Because I want to go to the year page. I don't know how to get there. Let me see. All right, bet. So look, we got the table right here, y'all. All right, cool. So look, this is the Lakers' salary, right? So these are all the guys that's here, right? So what he has to understand is LeBron has a $51 million player option, right? If LeBron James opts out of that player option, right, he will be here. He will become a cap hold. But because the option hasn't been added hasn't been activated yet, right? He's still a part of the roster because he can opt in. Does that make sense? The problem with the Lakers is, look, this is what happens when you start signing stars and stuff like that. LeBron and AD makes up well more than half of the salary cap, right? So if LeBron opts out, let me see where they are total. Let's see where they are total. Hold on. So right now, their active roster is $178 million, right? We're going to do math. So their active salary is $178. I'm going to minus LeBron's $51 million, right? So if I minus the, 8, what's that? 50, 28, 29. So 129. So that'll be their active salary. Active roster will go down to 129. But once again, we understand salary cap because that $51 million becomes added to the cap hole. And I told you in free agency, the total allocations is like a temporary cap. So the active roster plus the cap hole, that is the amount of money a team has. Now, if the Lakers stupidly, and I don't think they would do that, so let's say, hypothetically speaking, for Knicks Yak, this is just for him. If the cap is $141 million, the Lakers would have 129 in active roster. So let's say the Lakers decide, and they're not going to do this, they're going to get rid of all their cap holds and LeBron. The most money the Lakers would have would be $12 million in salary. It don't become $51 million. I know everyone else gets it besides Knicks Yak. The cap would become, if they got rid of all these guys here and LeBron, which they're not going to do, if they happen to renounce everyone's rights, including LeBron, once he denies this option, right? I also, Russell, I think, is going to deny his option too. He has a player option, right? So hold on, let me go back here, right? That's the only way, right, they can get this number down to 129, but it's only 129. They're not going to get rid of LeBron. I'm just trying to make it so he understands, because I don't think he really understands. He's saying he understands this, but I don't think he understands. No, Knicks Yak, once again, the $200 million you see right here, look, you see the Lakers 212? That's a free agency number. It's not a real number. It's how they use the cap during free agency to prevent teams from doing the cheat code. I'm going to give you a perfect example. So look, we're going to pull up a team with money now. So now I'm going to pull up a team with money. Because I need him to understand this at least. We can still disagree. I just need him to understand how it works. So I'm going to pull up a team with money, right? So this is the Thunder. All right, let me show you how this works. OKC Thunder Sports Track. All right, bet. So here's why the Thunder has the money to do what they do. All right? They got a lot of guys under rookie scale contracts. Right? So look. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the only player that makes over $20 million in OKC. Right? I'm going to show you what their cap number is. Right? Now, if this doesn't do it, I'm done. Okay? This doesn't do it, I'm done. Okay? All right, so bet. Their active roster is $103 million. Okay? I'm gonna show you the Knicks active roster. No, do I got the Knicks pulled up? I don't. I'm gonna show you the Lakers active roster. Okay? This is the Lakers active roster, $178 million. You see the difference? That's a difference of $70 million. Okay. Now, when you look at their cap holds, they got $60 million in cap holds. Right? Gordon Hayward makes up $47 million of the cap hold. They're going to renounce his rights. Once they renounce that $47 million, so you could do the math, you minus that 47 from the 60, that becomes $13 million, right? Add that $13 million to the 103, they'll have over $20 million to spend. That's why they can give Hartenstein the $25 million. Is what I'm saying making sense, y'all? I'm trying to show this guy how the free agency works. Okay? I'm spending a lot of time on this. I'm going to move on. But this is why they have the money. I'm going to say it one more time for Knicks Yak. The highest salary they have is $35 million SGA, which is honestly a great deal because he deserves way more. Matter of fact, when does this deal end? So, they got him to 20. Oh, my God. They got him on a discount to 2027. OKC, their general manager, is the best in basketball. Okay, so look, now that we got that clear, right? I'm going to explain it one last time. Their active salary, right, is $103 million. That's all these guys up here. Okay? Their cap hold is $60 million. $47 million of the 60 is Gordon Hayward. They're going to renounce his rights. Once they renounce his rights, that $47 million come off the 60. It now becomes $13 million. $13 million plus the 103 gives them about $116 million in caps in active roster cap or total cap, right? And then that gives them a 141 minus that 117. That gives them what? About $25 million, which they can throw at Hartenstein. Right? Okay, cool. So hold on. I'm gonna get back to Hartenstein in a second. I'm gonna do these word on the street. So I'm gonna move past the Paul George stuff. By the way, this jumped up to 200 votes, y'all. Man, salute to y'all in the building for voting on the polls, man. That joint jumped up to 200 votes, yo. Just like that. That's crazy. We got like over 100 votes while on the live. That's amazing. All right, so look, I'm gonna do a couple of more of these. So, all right. So, all right. So here's the Kevin Durant trade, right? So I did another poll, Kevin Durant trade. I actually saw this on the forum. So the trade for KD goes like this. The Knicks will get KD for Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Miles McBride, the 24 pick, a top 10 pick from the Wizards, and another. So basically 3 first-round picks. Is this a good trade for Durant? I'm going to say hell no. We got 519 votes. 80% of Knicks fans say hell no. But what's interesting to me about this 20% that say it's a good trade, I wonder if you guys are the same guys that don't want to trade for Paul George. I just feel like it's weird. You're willing to give all this up for KD. Granted, KD is one of the top, probably top 5 small forward all time. But KD hasn't won anything. And we talked about this. Like, KD, great player, but I'm not doing it. Let's see. I'm going to do this one last poll, and then we're going to wrap it up for Word on the Street. Then I'm going to get into some more rumors. And I'm going to get into Hartenstein, especially. Because there's something special with that Hartenstein situation that is, I think is very intriguing for the pod. Then we could wrap up. So it says, attention Knicks fans, with the season and offseason in full swing, which potential move is the most significant for the Knicks? Now, this is probably one of my most interesting poll questions to me. So, because I want to see how Knicks fans think. I'm going to say, off rip, I think re-signing OG is the most important move. Because you traded your future cornerstone pieces for him. 2 of them for him. Or at least one of them. Because I don't know if they really wanted to sign IQ. 533 votes. 81% agree with me. I think re-signing OG is definitely key. 12% say trading for a star. 6% say Hartenstein. So now I'm going to wrap it up there for Word on the Street. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump into Hartenstein. We talked about Mitchell, right? Talked about Paul George. I didn't talk much about OG. I think they're going to get a deal done because the only team that I think that can outprice the Knicks is Philly. But Philly is banking on George. That's why this thing is so crazy. It's like honestly, it's like a soap opera. The way these moves could be made is just so interesting to me. But let me let's change gears. Hold on, let's shift gears. Let's jump into rumors. All right, so we're gonna go to. All right, so check this out. Isaiah Hartenstein, the Thunder say they want Isaiah Hartenstein on a short-term contract. So when I first read that, I said, yo, it's a wrap. Hartenstein is coming back to the Knicks, y'all. That's what I said in my head. I was like, yo, They only went in for a short-term deal because I know Hartenstein said, yo, I want the bag. I want the bag. Every time he said, one thing I know, I'm getting paid, right? Okay, cool. So look, let's push forward. So the Oklahoma City Thunder, and this is according to Hoop Hype's Michael Scotto, salute the Hoops Hype. There's a lot of intrigue in the Thunder and Hartenstein. And you know what's funny, y'all? To long-time pod listeners, I said this like mid-season. I said, yo, the one team that could really use Hartenstein is the Thunder, because you move Chet to the 4, you move Williams to the 3, right? They got Caruso now. Caruso with SGA. That's a tough lineup, bro. That's a tough lineup, right? At the time, it was Giddey, but Giddey, they traded him. So now they're saying that instead of the 4-year deal, and if you want, I can go back to the Thunder's cap to show you why they don't want to give him the 4-year deal. I'm not going to show you the cap. I'm just going to tell you off rip. A lot of those young guys are on rookie scale contracts. So you don't want to commit to so much to Hartenstein when you got to give Chet and you got to give Jalen Williams. And then all those other young guys, a lot of them going to be slated to make at least $20 million a year. The other Williams guys, all the other young boys they got. So when I first saw it, I thought that the 2-year $50 million, I just looked at the 2-year. I didn't really highlight the $50 million. They want to give Hartenstein a 2-year deal. So I'm thinking 2-year versus 4-year, we got him. We got him. But after I think about it, if I'm Isaiah Hartenstein and I believe that I can take my game to another level in these next 2 years, that $50 million offer might be really intriguing. But that, once again, that requires Hartenstein to really believe, because 2 years is just 2 years. And also, is it an option? I don't know. Because it could be a 2-year with an option, right? It just says 2-year. Okay, cool. Oh, no, okay, yes, okay. So it's a 2-year, there you go. Here's what does it for me. It's a 2-year option that gives Hartenstein the ability to opt out. So it's not a team option. Okay, cool. So basically 2 years. Now, what's interesting about 2 years, because if you guys watched the Isaiah Hartenstein video I did, I said that the Knicks could sign Hartenstein for that same deal. But not that much, though. It would be a $17 million starting salary, and then the second year would probably be 18, 19, something like that, right? As a way to tell Hartenstein, if you believe in yourself, we'll give you the big bucks next year. But OKC has kind of taken that option from us by giving Hartenstein that option. And honestly, that now that I think about it, I think Hartenstein might be willing to take that deal, which is scary, because that deal right there to me is a great deal only if he believes in himself. Now, when you talk about total bag, now here's what might work in our favor. When you talk about that total bag, which would be a 4-year, $72 million contract. 72 is more than 50, unless you argue, hey, I don't know what the state taxes is like in Oklahoma, but to us New Yorkers, we know that state tax is crazy. So that state tax might even balance out even more, which is even more scary. But the longevity of the 4 years, 72 money-wise, dollar for dollar, still beats 50. So that's what I was banking on when I first read the article, that, oh yeah, they don't want to give him the $100 million. And then I asked, what happened to the $100 million? Where did it go? Like, that's why these rumors, yo, like, you really can't, like, we read them as like tentative news possibilities. Don't bank your bottom dollar on it, because it's going to change. So at first I was like 70-30 Hartenstein resigns. Now I'm like, damn, it might be 50-50. I'm like, damn, it might be 50-50, because that 2-year, the way they position that, if I'm a hooper, and a lot of hoopers are going to be like, yo, I'm a hooper, I believe in myself, that might entice him. that might entice him to take that $50 million deal. It might. I don't know. Like I said, all of this is rumors, so, I don't think, this is not no sheet, right? They're saying they're prepared to do it. So we don't even know if this is real. But I did show you that they do have that money to give him. That would be that would be their cap money, and then they still have a mid-level exception. So they honestly could get somebody else too if they wanted to. But Gordon Hayward is out of there, right? Or Gordon Hayward honestly could opt out. They can renounce his rights and then convince him to sign back for the low. Convince him to take the mid-level. They could do that too. But I don't think they care about Hayward, to be honest. I think that he's expendable at this point. And I think that's why they traded for him, because they knew that they would want to take that money and put it elsewhere to where they wanted to go. So what do you guys think about Hartenstein after I explained it like that? Because that 2-year deal is a deal that I would take because I believe in myself. Does Hartenstein look at the 72 and say, well, 72 is more than 50? I don't know what he does. I think that now it's closer to 50-50. Still leaning towards the Knicks because there's more money. But OKC, that's a really interesting one. Let me see. Salute to the chat, by the way. We got 30 people in the chat, man. That's definitely amongst the all-time high chat volume. I appreciate you guys for checking me out, man, this week inside the New York Knicks. Typically, when I pre-record the podcast, it's 50 minutes. But when we live, we go on because we have great conversations, right? And if you just joined the building, you don't know, I have a Discord server. I also have a Knicks hat giveaway. How you can be a part of it, you can scan the barcode, or you can click on the website, www.theobjectiveknicksfan.com. Join the Discord server. We have great conversations. Some of the people you see in the chat, they're in the Discord too. We have great conversations. Salute to Coach, salute to Sam. Salute to all the people that just subscribed to get into the Discord today. Let's see what you guys talking about in the chat. All right, so I'm going to start. Who you replace? I'm going to go back to Knicks chat. Who you replacing Mitch with? And how much? Well, first of all right, so who you going to replace Mitch with? First of all, you already got guys you already have to replace Mitch. You have Precious Anunoby. Precious Anunoby is a guy, if you could convince him to sign for a good price. You still have Jericho Sims. Now, you're not going to replace the best offensive rebounder in basketball. Like that, I mean, you're not going to replace that. However, the Knicks still maintain their offensive rebounding rating, and they still was the best offensive rebounding team with him playing 29 games or 31 games, wherever he played, 31, 29 games. So for the rest of those games, the Knicks were still number one in offensive rebounding. So to me, honestly, it'll be harder to replace Hartenstein than it would be to replace Mitch, because we already got guys in the draft. And you know what? Let me see if I can find the window, so I could show you some guys in the draft that is slated to come to us that we can take. No, this is rumors. All right, yeah. So look, let's pull up. Hold on, no, not this one. Got a lot of windows, y'all. Give me a second. I'm gonna find it. Nope, not this one either. Where's my mock draft? I'm gonna show you the mock draft one last time, if I could find it. Mock draft. Okay, here we go. I think I got it here. This is the DeJounte Murray. By the way, the reason why I have Murray's picture here, I want to talk about him. There has been discussions regarding him too. So if the Paul George deal doesn't happen, I wouldn't be surprised if something happens with Murray, because Atlanta, they want picks. I don't know what happened to my mock draft. That's really weird. But there's a couple of kids in the draft that I think can replace. Yeah, let me go back to the ring. I don't know where this ringer window went. All right, I got it back. It don't matter. So look, I'm gonna show you who could replace Mitch. Not that they're gonna be as good as Mitch, but this kid right here, Eves Missy, plays just like Mitch. And if you want, we can look at the pluses. He's built to thrive in any defensive scheme. He has a strong frame, vertical pop, long arms, offers rim protection, whether he's dropping in the pick and roll or sliding over as a help defender. Ooh, okay. He's also quick at making and disrupting. Oh wow! So hold on, he's a threat to disrupt on the perimeter. That's something that Mitch doesn't do. Okay, he can rack up deflections and steals, right? And he can defend multiple positions. Wow, that's something Mitch can't do. Okay, Mitch is not defending. He only defends 5. He has hands, coordination to catch tough passes, right? Absorb contact and finish. He also has athleticism to fly for lobs. Hello, that's Mitchell Robinson. Okay, he's an advanced screener for his age, right? Okay, he can set good screens. He's a relentless rebounder, right? Check this out. He's a relentless offensive rebounder, posting a prolific offensive rebounding percentage. If that's not Mitchell Robinson, I don't know what is. That's who could. Any one of these guys. Look. All right. This is the guy who I really want, though. This guy right here. It requires to trade up for him, but this kid right here, to me, is also more polished than Mitch, too. Look, he has good hands, catch passes around the basket with coordination. He can shoot the 3-ball, so he's stretching the floor, right? He's a great pick and roll potential, right? Look at this. He's a dunk contest worthy athlete with phenomenal size and length. He's an eager shot blocker with excellent timing and good mobility and makes quick second leaps. So, I mean, losing Hartenstein would be a bigger blow to me than losing Mitch. Maybe that's a poll. Who's a bigger blow? I say Hartenstein, because I think Hartenstein is more dynamic in the offense. Coach is saying let him walk. I know he's talking about Hartenstein. But Coach, I'm not sure if you answered this question. You might have. Who would you rather, Hartenstein or Mitch? Yeah, Coach. See, Coach is. I love Coach. Man, salute the Coach, man. Listen, any questions you have, just ask Coach in the chat. If I don't get to it, Coach is smart. Coach says it's definitely more money in OKC because of the tax in New York. I agree with that, yo. Damn. See? Now you see why I'm thinking like, damn, he gonna go to OKC? Nah, bro, he takes the bigger bag with more years and security. I do think that even with the taxes, I think New York money is still more, especially with the endorsements he can get in New York, right? Like, New York is a bigger market. So, yeah, you might not get the salary in New York, or maybe the per year salary is more, but in New York, the bag is always going to be bigger. You already know that. The bag is always going to be bigger in New York. Answer the question, Wacko. Hartenstein likes Mitch and roll on other team is Knicks' advantage. I think Mitch is expendable, y'all. I ain't going to lie. You know, I don't want to lose him, but I'm just saying, like, to get Paul George, I'm losing him. I'm sorry. I mean, shoot. Chances are that he'll take the most money he can get because he highly doubts he get offered this much again. See, Quiet Money, salute to you, Quiet Money. That's a level-headed response. I think that is also a concern, like, because he'll probably never get $25 million a year, y'all. Do you understand what $25 million a year is? Like, that's still big money. Even though guys are not getting 45, but $25 million to me is a lot of money for a starter. You're just looking at numbers, Jack. It's not that simple. All right. We have Precious and Sims. Pacers ran layup line on Hartenstein. But you know what, though? Nick Jack, I don't blame Hartenstein for the Pacers. Guys, we were hurt, yo. We didn't have our team, y'all. Come on. You can't look at the Pacers series and say, this is that guy's fault. We didn't have our team, y'all. Let's see. Good chat in the good conversation in the chat. We need to move down to get Edie. Hell no. I'm not moving up to get Edie. I'm assuming you're saying move up because Edie is up. You think Edie is over? Okay, Nick Shack, you tripping. You think Edey is over Hartenstein? Whoa, hold up. That's another. You guys gave me like 5 polls today. Hold up. You said Zach Edey or Hartenstein. Bro, Zach Edey, who was a really good college player. Salute to Zach Edey. I'm not tearing the man's back though. But on the pro level, his mobility is going to be his number one problem. He's probably not even going to be able to deal with certain centers like the Sabonis and the Seagon and the Anthony Davis type centers. They're going to give him problems. Chet Holmgren going to get those guys are going to give him problems. His mobility on the defensive end is going to be trouble, and he's going to be a walk-in foul. You know, everybody going to be trying to draw fouls on him. I'm not knocking Edey. I just think that he needs the right system, and I don't think he needs to be a starter in his first year at least. Not until he gets accustomed to the league, and then we got to see how his mobility is. Monster Mitch, okay. So coach, you going with Mitch over Hartenstein? Okay, I disagree, but if we lose Hartenstein, I mean Mitch is not a bad center. He's still the best offensive rebounder in basketball. I always say that. I just prefer Hartenstein. I like the Brunson-Devo duo. Yeah, you could get the Brunson-Devo duo when Dante comes in off the bench. Wacko, we're not doing the Karl Anthony Towns, man. I'm done. Wacko, I'm sorry. I know you might be new. We had battles. Me and Coach had battles on Karl Anthony Towns. I can't do it. Now, Wacko, I'm with you with Kelly Oubre, though. That's a dude, with that mid-level. I think Philly brings him back, though, because I think Philly could give him a little bit more than the mid-level. But that's a dude I would consider getting. Oh, thank you, Quiet Money, for subscribing, y'all. Salute to everybody. Salute to all the new subscribers. Salute to all the people that joined the Discord that want to take part in the Knicks hat giveaway. All you got to do is just join the Discord. I got multiple links. You can scan the barcode. You can go to the website, www.theobjectiveknicksfan.com, or you can also click the link that's in the comments, and there's a link in the description. So I got plenty of ways to get there. You choose which way you want to go. You get up in there, get all that insight. Coach is in there. My man Sam, he's not in the chat. He's in there. A couple of other people in there. Salute to everybody who just subscribed, y'all. Let me see if I want to wrap up with any more rumors. The latest trade for Mitchell Robinson is the Wizards. It's been a lot of talk over the years. I remember seeing a couple of times the Wizards have shown interest in Mitchell Robinson. The only problem with the Wizards is besides draft picks, I don't know who you get off of that team. Are you saying that they're going to give up the number 2 pick? I doubt that. If the Wizards gave up the number 2 pick, that's another poll, yo. That's crazy. Come on. Wizards, number 2 pick for Mitch. Would y'all do that? Would y'all do the number 2 pick for Mitch? Because, you know what could happen? I'm going to show you. What could happen is, if you do that number 2 pick, you could get this kid. This kid right here. This Sar kid. Everybody keep talking about him. They're saying he's an athletic finisher. Always looking for opportunities to cut to the rim. By the way, he's 6'11", y'all. Big guy. Baseline cuts. He behind daydreaming defenders, right? If he needs to cut into the post up, he can steal off his defender, so he could cut into the post up. It's funny how we've seen like 3 or 4 rookies have skill sets that Mitch doesn't have. You've never seen Mitch, right? Or I'm not gonna say never. You rarely see Mitch seal off the defender patiently, using his shoulder and ball fakes to carve out space for layups and hook shots, right? And cutting into a post up. You've never seen. All right, I'm gonna be absolutist. I'm probably wrong, but you've never seen Mitch, right? cut into a post up and then seal off a defender. You've never seen it. I mean, Mitch is just live threat. Turn, try to get a layup or a dunk. Oh, so they're saying the kid has handles. He can handle the ball like a wing. He's the best at catching the ball behind the three-point line, tacking off the bounce. He loves to drive and spin into his right hand. He's a skilled passer. Ooh. I don't understand why this kid is not still a first pick. They talking about this guy. You guys know about this Zach year? I don't watch. I don't know nothing about the Euro guys. I'm not going front. I don't have no idea who these Euro guys is. But all of a sudden, in the last couple of weeks, this Zakier dude has taken over. Okay? They're saying this guy's a good shooter. I don't know. Hell, look. If the Wizards are willing to give up that second pick, I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying. If they are, and I can get this kid and bring him on off the bench for Hartenstein and Randle, why not? Why not? But all of this is just rumors, y'all. All of this is just rumors. Another thing too with the whole trading Mitch. It only makes sense to trade Mitch is if that's what Hartenstein was. I know coach is going to be mad. Oh my God. But the only way I'm trading Mitch is not the only way. I'm saying the reason for trading Mitch, if you're not doing it to get Paul George, I'm just saying like trading Mitch to another team. Like a trade package featuring Mitch where he's the featured guy. The only way I'm doing that, right, is if Hartenstein says, I want to start. That's the only way I'm doing it. So just to add another thing to the table. I know everybody doesn't agree with that, but let's see. Let's see. Brunson, Devo, OG, Randle, Cat. No, we're not talking about Cat. We move past that. Edie will look nice in his hometown, Toronto. Who Toronto got? Who Toronto got? I'm gonna pull them up. We're getting ready to wrap up. I think I talked about most of the rumors. Hold on. I'm gonna look at the Toronto Raptors though. Toronto Raptors. Oh, you know what? Let me not do it here. I don't like searching in sports track. Hold on. I'm gonna do it here. Toronto Raptors. I just need to look at their team. I know they got quickly RJ Barnes. Do they still got Porto, whatever his name is? So let's see. All right. Oh, they got Kelly Olynyk though. They still got Porto and Olynyk. Let me see if Porto still got a contract. I think Olynyk is locked up too. Hold on. Yeah, these guys are locked up on the contract. Let me see. Olynyk. He don't get no minutes if he go to Toronto. Hold on. Unless they making a trade, which could happen. Yeah, he's locked up too. He's locked up. So Porto and Olynyk are locked up for the next 2 years. Even this Boucher kid, they play him at the 5 sometimes too. Chris Boucher. Wait, I just thought about it. Is Toronto like an international team? Because all their players are straight international. Like more than half of their team is like international players. RJ, Olynyk, Porto, Boucher, this guy here, Jordan Aura. All these guys are like international dudes. I mean, he ain't gonna get no minutes if he go to Toronto. He definitely ain't getting no burn. That's a fact. He ain't getting no burn. I guess. I mean, what pick they got in the draft? Where Toronto's at? Toronto. Let me see. But I don't see Toronto on the list. They gotta be in the lottery. Hold on. Toronto. I don't see the Raptors, yo. I don't see the Raptors. So they don't even got a pick. Yeah, they must have moved they. Oh wait, no, they got the 19th pick. That might not be enough to get Edie though. Because look, they got Edie going 12 on here, and I seen Edie on 15. I seen Edie between 15 and 12. So from the Miami down to the Thunder. So I don't know if he's gonna make it there. Washington would never do that. With where they are as a franchise, they're in rebuilding mode. So if Washington would never do that, then why they wanted to trade for Mitchell Robinson? Like why they like nah, get him out of here. So our two centers, $31 million, but you want Cat. Thank you, Knicks Yak. See, Knicks Yak, now I could agree with you, man. Salute the Knicks Yak, yo. Yeah, we're not talking about Towns. Listen, guys, we talked about Towns every episode, going back to like the playoff episode 1. All right, we're done talking about Towns. I have an article. I didn't even add it to the broadcast because I don't want to talk about it. But the Knicks never engaged the Wolves in serious negotiations for Towns. So we could just wrap that. They're not trading for Towns. It's not happening. Okay? So we're not going to mention Towns. No. Can we at least all agree, guys, that we will not mention Towns no more on the pod? Okay? Please. Toronto's not in the U.S. Yeah, Toronto's international. Yeah, the Raptors, they got a whole bunch of international dudes. Yeah, the Raptors, look. The Raptors, they had, look, Portal, Lennox, Boucher, they say, hold on, where's Boucher from? I want to make sure. Oh, hold on, what happened with that? Got pop-ups on Basketball Reference? Okay, so hold on. Where he from? He's from St. Lucia. So look, they got, half their team is international. Because Canada is international, even though it's north of the border. Yeah, look, they got 1, 2, 3, 4. RJ's 5, 6. Did I count Jordan Nora? They got like 6, 7 international dudes on this team. Oh, but these guys were born in the U.S. though. So I'll take that back. No, so they only got 4 international dudes. Because a lot of these guys were born in the U.S. though. Like this Muhammad dude and Jordan Nora, he was born in the U.S. So they're American. My bad. Mitch is one of the best value contracts in the league. Fact. But quiet money. The whole damn Knicks roster has got the most value contracts. The whole damn Jalen Brunson, $25 million. That's crazy. Julius Randle, $28 million. That's crazy. Dante DiVincenzo, what, $12, $13 million? That's crazy. They all got great value. Salute to Leon Rose, and Leon Rose we trust. Let me see if there's any other things I want to. I talked about Murray. I think we talked about everything. Man. This is a great pod, man. Great pod. Salute to you guys. If you're still in the building at the 2-hour mark, I will timestamp this episode because I know we talked about a lot of stuff. Yeah, OG. Oh, yeah, Coach Tibbs. He just wants the basic money. And I told y'all this 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Coach Tibbs just want market rate. You know what I mean? Market rate is anywhere between, look, $10 to $13 million. So to those that were worrying about Tibbs' contract, I don't think he's concerned about money. He just doesn't want to get paid less than anybody else. That's all that is. Talked about the Liberty. Oh, I'm not even gonna put it on the screen, but salute to Frank Ntilikina, no longer in the NBA. To those who are on Facebook groups, more in particular, right? You guys know that Frank Ntilikina was one of the most polarizing Knicks people in terms of topics you could talk about in the whole entire Knick forum world. And I was one of the guys that was never big on him, but he honestly got a deal. He signed to Signed somewhere. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna do him the justice, man. He did do his 4 years with the Knicks. He got signed to go to. Hold on. I got it. I'm not gonna do my man Frank like that. Yeah, he signed with the. Sorry if I butcher the names. I'm not good with international names. So Frank Ntilikina, he signed a 2-year contract with the Partizan Belgrade. I don't even know where that's. With Partizan Belgrade. Good luck with that. So he got a 2-year deal. No longer in the NBA. Let's see. Yeah, salute to you, Wacko. Wacko's the man. I like Wacko. Yo, Wacko, I love your energy, bro. Hopefully you go into the Discord, man, because you came in just dropping straight facts. And then you know what I like the most about you, Wacko? When I came with conflicting evidence on Paul George, you started to honestly see it that way. Not a lot of people have that quality where it's like they're willing to change their mind. You know, they're just stuck in their zone. So I want to salute to you for that, Wacko, man. Definitely you represent Brooklyn. Brooklyn in the building. Kings County, stand up. You already know how it go. Straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. You know the vibes. So hold on. All right. Quiet money up. Fans don't pay attention. Yup. Dolan has been saving money for over the decade. And honestly, yo, to be honest, and I know a lot of you guys might be turned up, but you guys salute James Dolan. James Dolan, he said it when he hired Phil. He's no longer involved in the decisions. I'm done. I hired Phil and now Leon Rose, right? They're doing the job. I let them do their job. You know? And if it's true that, you know, a promise was made to me in terms of them bringing a star to New York, it's already been done with Brunson. But if he could bring Paul George, oh my God, that'd be crazy. Centers together, 13.17 rebounds, 8 offensive boards, 2.5 steals, 2.5 blocks, and 3.5 assists for $31 million. Yeah, great value. Great value. Salute CP for subscribing, man. Salute to everybody that just subscribed. This is the podcast. I do this every Monday around 2 o'clock. This Monday I did it a little earlier than 2. But around 2 o'clock, I'll drop the pod. You guys will get a notification if you subscribe as to when I go live. But I do this every single Monday. Doesn't matter if there's no season, if it's regular season, playoffs, off season. I didn't do a pod last week, but every Monday, unless something comes up personal, I do a pod every Monday. I don't care if it's off season and nothing is going on. There's always something to talk about. Yeah, Wacko, everybody underpaid. You right. Frank was like that everywhere. He was never truly an NBA player. Didn't have the talent or skill to grow. Yeah, I felt like Frank. I'm not trying to take shots at. I rarely do you hear me take shot at players. I feel like all these guys are professional and they deserve their respect. Now I will comment on bad play. I have no problem with saying the way these guys played is not good. But I try not to dump on guys. But my problem is he got too much hype, bro, from Knicks fans. Not even the Knicks. Not media, not nobody else. Knicks fans, for whatever reason, was thinking this dude was like the second coming of a Shane Battier or Bruce Bowen or somebody, Gary Payton. I heard people say he was like Gary Payton. And that was really got I was like, I knew this guy was just a role player at best, but these guys were just going too hard, bro. They were going, I'm like, yo, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. Knock it off. So that's all that was all for me with Frank, right? I thought Frank was a solid defender, but I just was tired of the overestimating his skills and abilities. Like, come on, bro. Let's see. Yeah, salute to CP. A lot of people can and won't give Dolan props. It's crazy to me because look at the New York Knicks and the Rangers. He's been at facts. That's why even when Stephen A. Salute to Stephen A. Smith. He's my mentor, even though I never met him. Right? But even when I disagree with Stephen A. a lot. And I will let you know when I disagree with him. But when he had the audacity to be on the Max Kellerman wave, right? Oh yeah, I'm boycotting the Knicks. For what? I'm boycotting the Knicks until James Dolan sells the team. Are you mad? Why would he sell the second most valued franchise in the NBA? That's dumb. Dude. All I wanted from Dolan, right, was one, to stay out of the headlines. I don't want to read the paper and see the owner there. I should be reading the paper like we do, like how we go through all these articles, and there's not one Dolan. When's the last time we even talked about Dolan? I tell you, the last time we talked about Dolan was when he said something about Charles Oakley. I can't remember the exact quote, but he said something about Oakley. That brought that back a little bit. But besides that, you don't hear nothing from Dolan. And then before that, it was the lawsuits and his legal. I don't care about his legal trouble. That has nothing to do with the Knicks. That's his business, right? Now, the man honestly has done what he said he would do. He doesn't even want to be shown on TV. But Stephen A. Smith got mad because, you don't want to be shown on TV. And the old stuff the old issues listen, the only fan, right? Fan and supporter of the Knicks, alumni of the Knicks that has a problem with Dolan is Oakley. And I'm not taking a dump on Oakley. Salute to Oakley. Right? Salute to Oakley. I disagree with a lot of things that Oakley said. Right? And I'm not trying to choose Dolan's side over Oakley. But let's keep it real. When you watch the playoffs, Marbury's there, Bernard King's there, Patrick Ewing's there. Everybody is there. The only one who's not there is Oakley. They're all there. Right? A lot of them work for the franchise. Allen Houston. John Starks has a job with the Knicks. Right? A lot of them got jobs with the Knicks. Former Knicks have jobs with the Knicks. They're there at the Garden, bro. So I'm not saying Oakley doesn't have a right to his gripes. All I'm saying is James Dolan has done what we want owners to do. Let the professionals handle it. Leon Rose knows how to pick talent. Let him do his job. That's all we want. That's it. I don't care about nothing else with the Dolan stuff. Because even when Spike Lee had his issue, where was Spike Lee? Matter of fact, what did Spike Lee say when he went on First Take, right? And it was like, yo, why don't you just boycott the Knicks, right? He said, yo, I can't boycott. What I look like? First off, I've been a Knicks fan way before Dolan owned the Knicks. I go back to Walt Clyde and those guys. There's no way I'm giving up the Knicks for an owner, right? And Spike Lee's there. The lawyers that had the lawsuit, they were happy that they could get back in the Garden. I talked about that on the pod. That's why you got to subscribe to the pod. I cover it all, right? But come on, bro. Like I said, I'm not a Dolan apologist. I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm just keeping it real. Oakley is the only one that's not there. All of the other guys are there. All of them. Ewing. Remember, Ewing couldn't even get a coaching job. That was the big thing. Oh, why they don't give Ewing a coaching job, right? And to be fair, right? I can see the point because the Knicks didn't have much success. I mean, the Knicks have been terrible. The whole 2000s, the Knicks have been garbage. I mean, I try not to say that word, but it's a fact. The Knicks have been terrible. Why not give Ewing a shot? It's not like the Knicks were winning 60 games, right? Right. But at the same time, how many star players become good coaches too? I mean, especially centers. How many star big men you see become good coaches? It's just star players are just not good coaches, bro. Only the point guards like Jason Kidd, those guys who really are already coaches. I think Chris Paul could be a good coach. You see JJ Redick, even though JJ Redick is not a point guard, he was a chuck. But the way he breaks down the game, only the point guards, right? But the big guys and the stars like Jordan and those guys, they make terrible coaches. Let's see. Man, salute to the chat, man. I definitely got to wind down soon. But I love the chat, man. Listen, I love talking Knicks, yo. Definitely rock with me every Monday. I will be doing a show all the time. Let's see. A lot of people won't give Dolan his props. Let's see. I disagree. The front office was supposed to bring a superstar. Okay, so Quiet Money doesn't think they have brought a superstar. But you agree with me on Frank? Yeah, Frank Frank Ntilikina, it was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. But to the superstar, okay, so you don't think Brunson is a superstar? Quiet Money? And we could rap on that. I'm gonna see what Quiet Money talking about. You don't think Jalen Brunson is a superstar? I think Jalen Brunson is a superstar. I mean, you top 5 in MVP voting. Should have been on the All-NBA first team. That's a superstar. What other player are you going to get? So think about it. All right. So look. All right, H Money. Quiet Money. Let's talk about this for a second. We're gonna do some research. That's why. Listen, you're in the right place. I talk Knicks. I love talking Knicks. We're gonna do some research more, right? So we're gonna pull up the list of the All NBA players, okay? And we're gonna point out superstars. Because I don't believe that superstar. People like to put their own emphasis on what is this, what is that. To me, I don't really see a difference between the superstar thing, unless you want to talk about popularity, right? I know Gilbert Arenas talks about that superstars are just have a popularity, especially coming into the game, right? So if that's what you're saying, he's not a superstar based on popularity, okay. But, I mean, at the end of the day, the stars is what get it done, right? The stars is what get it done. I mean, is Jason Tatum a superstar? If Jason Tatum is a superstar, then why isn't Brunson a superstar? They pretty much finished in the same place. Tatum was 6th in MVP voting. Brunson was 5th. Tatum was All-NBA first team. Brunson was second team. But those two guys were pretty much interchangeable. I unless you're saying that Brunson only had 1 year and now you need more longevity, I could respect that. Hold on, All NBA players, All NBA. Why is it not coming up? I just wanted to go through the list. I want to see who's a superstar, who's not a superstar. That's what I want to do. NBA. Oh, okay. Here we go. NBA.com. Wow. So, all right. So look, this is the first team. First team is Giannis, Luka, Shea, Jokic, Tatum. Are those 5 guys superstars? Jokic, Tatum, SGA, Luka, Giannis. Second team, Jalen Brunson, Davis, Durant, Edwards, Kawhi. Are they superstars? Why if these other guys are superstars and they're all NBA second team, why isn't Brunson a superstar? Are you saying because they're multiple time All NBAs? Then okay, then I would disqualify Brunson. But that's the only thing that disqualifies Brunson. If you ask me. You don't get top 5 MVP voting in All NBA second team and not be a superstar or star. Simple explanation. Look, okay, so Knicks Jack, we back on the cap. I guess we'll end on the cap. Simple explanation. LeBron cap money stays on the books until the end of the week to stay. Then the cap hits, right? But Nick, yeah, no, but Knicks Jack, you're trying to make it like I don't agree with that because me and you both disagree because. And you could clarify this before we go. You think that LeBron's $50 million comes off the salary, and they could use that money to sign somebody else? Is that your thinking? Because if that's your thinking, you're wrong. And I can show you why you're wrong. And I'll do it one last time. Do I got the Lakers here? Nope, I don't. Let me see if I could pull it up right quick. Lakers. There you go. I got it right here. So look, this is the Lakers. Once again, LeBron's if this $51 million comes off, right? Let's say LeBron opts out. The $51 million goes here. And it probably will be more than $51 million. I could see it going up to $60 million. But let's just keep it $51 million just to keep it simple. LeBron's money, $51 million, will go here, right? All right, cool. So look, their current salary is $178 million. This is where LeBron's $51 million option is right now. He opts out. You minus the 170, the 51 from the 178, right? That'll give you $129 million. If that $129 million is just this money here, this money, this cap hold still counts. So that $51 million that was going to be here goes here, right? So you add the 51 to the 33, and that'll give you $84 million, which puts you in the same boat. Because like I told you, this $212 million that's right here, this is a free agency salary cap. This is what is used to consider. Why? So teams won't OD and do what you just said, which is you take the $51 million off from the 178, and now you have that additional, what is that? $12 million to do whatever you want with. That's not how it works. Either way you put that $51 million, unless they renounce his rights, that $51 million still count. Hopefully you get it. I'm done. I can't explain it no more. Let's see. Yeah, Quiet Money. I was kind of hoping you respond to that Brunson superstar. Brunson as a career guard shooting is 49%, 3-to-1 turnover ratios. Facts, Yak. But once again though, Yak, if they're saying that Brunson doesn't have enough years to be considered a star, I respect it. I respect it. If they say it's not enough years, then okay. But he is with the superstars. I mean, Brunson could easily come back and do 27-7. That puts him in the second team again. You know, I mean, if Brunson comes back and goes 27, 7 assists, NBA All-Star, Knicks win plus 50 games, he is All-NBA at least second team again. So, I mean, he'd probably be in the top 10 again for MVP voting. So, I'd see Jalen Brunson as being the superstar. So, salute to you guys for joining, man. I appreciate it, man. This has been another great pod. I hate to wrap it. I love the participation today, man. Salute to you guys. Give yourself a round of applause. But I got to get into some family stuff. You know, it's 4 p.m. And definitely great show. If you're in the chat, you subscribe. But if you're watching the pod and you didn't get a chance to subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Definitely, you can rewatch it, what you missed. I will timestamp everything so that way you can see where things are, get to certain topics, right? Definitely feel free to scan the barcode, get inside that Discord, right? Join the free Nick Hat giveaway. But the Discord is definitely like this chat, but way more. You get to see Coach more. You get to see Sam more. A couple of other people who just signed up. Definitely, I'm gonna be in the Discord for a little while once I get off here too. But definitely get inside that Discord. There's many links. You can click the link in the chat, link in the description. You can go to the link that's on the screen. It'll give you the ideas and information how you can get inside there. And I'm gonna wrap on this AP comment. Jalen Brunson has been a winner everywhere he's gone. He's a star. People just can't believe he's doing it for us. Salute AP. He's definitely a star, and I believe he is the star. If there was a promise, right, the promise that they say that he gave to Dolan that he will bring a star to New York. So I am the objective fan, straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. Rock with me every Monday. This week inside the New York Knicks. And until next time, let's go Knicks.